Okay. Recording has been
Gregory
begun.
has been uploading the recordings. It's been extremely helpful in getting my recaps more complete than they ever were before.
You are welcome.
What? Oh my. That would be, they would lose their mind.
They have a Connect 4 board that is taller than them.
Oh, I've seen that on Amazon.
I am not ready for Christmas.
You're good to go on our side.
Reason you guys are just peachy.
I didn't hear that.
You guys are just peachy.
Oh, yeah. Peachy Keen.
I love the whole recorded session. I can play it back at half speed and type every word you guys say in your messages.
We want to say some.
Oh,
You don't
have
to
you
be
ever
in-
listened to yourself, Will, at half speed?
Me? No.
You really, really need to give that a shot.
With the dusk voice?
Yeah, yes. I don't know if it's the dusk voice or your voice in general, but oh my God, it is hysterical at half speed.
At half speed or double speed?
Half speed.
Half speed.
You and I both at half speed is hysterical.
Okay.
We
Yeah,
are
usually
drunk off our asses at half speed.
I have usually a couple beers in during every session, but
Oh man, it's
not that
hysterical.
far. Okay.
I chuckle every time I do it.
I'm gonna go do it.
Here we go. I should do this thing, huh?
And make sure we get all the people sound this time.
Yeah, I did. I did that already.
Okay, cool.
Let me do this.
Our messages didn't
Oh, I
get
do.
put in the recap.
1,
I don't
2, 3.
He wants
I don't think I put any of the messages from Breakfast Table Chat into the recap. I only put in the recap the ones that were in the recording from 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
I figured at the beginning of this session for this recording, we would read out what was done in Breakfast Table Chat.
Ah!
Oh.
So as soon as everybody tells me they are done reading the recap, I will switch over to Breakfast Table Chat and read out the messages that we typed in there over the last 2 weeks.
I think we're good.
You ready for that? Urus,
Yeah, I think so.
Antlers,
Yes.
Yes, Augie.
I am pretty much good to go.
Okay. We begin today's session on Kithorn 9 in the Dome, using up the remaining spells on even more messages. I gotta find the beginning of the messages.
Greg is gonna need to make sure he shows the awesome picture that I made of Maev in the breakfast table chat in the recording.
Oh,
I
yeah,
gotcha.
definitely.
I can do that real quick.
You mean
Boop. There it is.
Double checking spell slots, debating on whether we needed to stay away from population centers. Probably need to read one of our books to see if anything is helpful if we haven't already. Bill had 2 more sending spells that he could cast. And we got a fabulous image of my F. I just love that. Okay. So, the first message from Dusk to Warthurl. What do red dragon's eggs look like? Can red dragons track things they're looking for? On attack Dybrook, we have something it's looking for. Now I have to find Warthurl's response. His response was not covered in scales. They are oblong red rock with blue, black, lumpy bits. It'll smell like sulfur. No, but they use informants and spies who sometimes can. End of message.
All right.
Maiev spent some time pointing up at the sky through the dome and saying, "Hey, Smiley, dragon god person, just wanted to say thanks for looking out for us and doing cool things. And the water breath weapon thing was so cool and so funny. I think you did that. Rasa said go for it, and then I was breathing out water, but I wasn't in any water. Anyway, I think Rasa has super important question," and then turns to look at Rasa. "What was the question again? Can you talk to her like Snaps and Dusk talk to people? Oh, I guess like I can too. You can reply to this message." Sadly, Maiev did not get any responses.
Womp womp.
It just feels like a crime.
You know, she did
I did
message,
message, which is only 120 feet or something like that.
and it's to someone you can see. Right?
No, I just
You have to know the direction they are in. Yes.
She was just
So-
pointing at the sky in random directions and talking.
And saying way lots of words. It was great. Okay, then.
Shenanigan.
So, yes, Maiev will sadly not hear a response, but Ashley Burris hears the DM laughing and screaming with joy at the fun of it. Message number 1 from Snaps to Skaros was, "It's Snaps. Investigating Fomorians in Huntingsbane. Possibly 6. Found little girls from Dream. Not taken yet. Dreams change as we get closer. I'm worried." Reply from Mrs. Skaros. "Heard of Fomorians. Not familiar. Be careful. Theater victims doing well. Local panic is high. Wanderer's Guard are offering escorts south to those who flee."
And then the gif of my response to reading that, because I assume, like we usually have going on, there's like saying their responses out loud as they get
Yep.
them so that we're all on the
Mhm.
same page. So there was a literal, whoa, Wanderer's Guard?
I'm assuming that's the ladies from Dracot, but I could ask. I have another spell slot. Think?
I don't know.
Yeah, I do.
I love that Dusk looks nervously back toward the bee farm, though. That was pretty great.
Is there anything anybody else wants to know from Mrs. Skaros? Or anyone else that Snaps can message?
I kind of want to know if we have a
See if anyone
small...
else. The only other people to check on would be in Drake.
That's true.
Would
We
be-
checked on Okrafell, but not Dracot.
We don't know anybody in Salt End other than Worthurl, right? Is Worthurl Salt End or no?
He's
forget
at the
who
War
it-
Hurl Academy on the islands,
Oh, yeah,
just,
yeah, right.
just
So,
south
but
of
we-
Salton.
So unless Snaps knows somebody in Salt End or somewhere south of Dybrook.
You have to know the
Yeah.
person or know of the person.
Good,
You are familiar with.
yeah. If you're lucky, I get not lucky, but there is a way to achieve it if you are like given a really good description of the person. I think, right?
You only have a name in Salton.
All right. Well, that is a good question. I don't know. Off the top of my head, as a DM, I'd have to look it up.
All right, we might just let it be.
Unless we wanted to check in with. Shit, I just have completely drawn a blank. Coria.
Regardless.
Ah,
Coria. Okay, I could check in on her.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. Ask her how she's doing and if she's on her way or has made it to Okarthel. Okay, so Snaps would go, let's burn our last third level.
Because we're
does
going
anybody
to.
know how many days it's been since you were actually in Dybrook? Does anyone happen to have in their notes like the date you left Dybrook?
I think we left on the 6th. Hold on, going through. Yeah, we left on the 6th because that was a very long day for us.
Yeah, lots of things happened on the 6th.
We had breakfast at the inn and then left town. And it's, what is today?
And the night at the
9th.
community.
It's only been 3
1, 2,
days.
3 is the 8th. 1, 2, 3 is the 9th. And you're now the end of the 9th. Yes. Okay, go ahead.
These are all.
Hey, Acoria. It's Snaps. Just checking in. Are you safe? Are you on the way to Okarthel? And that's it.
You poopy?
You can reply to this message.
Totally forgot to count that one. I apologize. Hang on.
I'm tired and my dumbass started counting syllables and I realized halfway through that wasn't right.
That's not right.
All right, hold on. Notepad is no longer hidden. Here we go.
Hello, Snaps. I haven't left yet. Still packing, but I'm going.
Okay.
Can't remember what else you asked her.
I just asked her if how she is, if she's safe, and if she's on her way yet. That's
But
it.
I'm
Just
going.
checking in.
I'm looking forward to meeting this gentleman you spoke of. Gotta find an escort.
25 exactly. Hold on.
I can't remember if you told her to get an escort or what you told her to do, but
You know, I'm wondering if we could message Okarthel and have them send someone for her, or at least prepare for her arrival.
She's still packing, so.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine she's got to pack up lots of equipment for her business.
shop, yeah, she's gonna need a wagon. Alrighty. Any more messages or activity in the dome before we go to sleep?
I think we're good.
The
I think
tattoo.
Victoria would have said something if they'd been attacked by a dragon, so that makes me feel better about Drake. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Would have been in the news.
Maiev is continuing to tattoo. I imagine that Snaps will do a little bit of light reading before she goes to sleep.
yes.
I don't know how many tally marks you got on that. You got to be getting close, right?
I was possibly being a little conservative, but I'm like 10 hours out of 80. So
Oh, 80 hours. I don't know why I thought it was
80.
less than that. Okay, yeah, you got a
No,
ways
no,
to
no.
go. Cool.
I really wish I could remember what piece I was working on. But I have no recollection.
Me either.
Wasn't it-
Two.
Wasn't it it was I can't remember.
I feel like I might have been touching up older stuff, adding more details of the original Amethyst Order group.
Makes sense. You've gotten much better at it since you started, so you're probably going back trying to make stuff look as nice as the newer stuff.
Yeah.
Was it something with Kurok maybe that you were adding?
Oh yeah, you've seen him now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think before we went and found Korak and got him back, I was retouching and adding more detail to the ladies on my calf, and now I'm trying to figure out where to squeeze Korak in near the boys on that leg.
Alrighty. Well, at the end of the tattooing and the reading, everybody's settling in for a nice long rest. Of course, Maiev and Foggy just drop off snoring.
Yep.
The other three, your experience of falling asleep is the same as always. Your generic, regular old dreams that you always have. And then, shit goes hinky. And you are looking down upon yourself as you float up out of the dome. Your pace is even slower today than it has ever been in the dream before. It's not leisurely floating, but not too very much faster than a horse at a gallop in speed. Oh, world map, please. We can do that. And I will zoom in. If anybody wants to draw on the map, I can confirm or deny, or excuse me.
We're way up there.
You have definitely traveled up.
Oh, the map's being updated.
Yeah, the community is there.
The community's
Grove.
here. Pecan Grove's here. Northwich is under his thing that says Northwich.
Mm-hmm.
Dursland is over here.
It's like a living world.
Oh yeah, I can fix that. No, map and background. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Look at that. Northwich is there. Pretty cool. Oh, same thing on Terse Lane. GMA.
I just need to go back to Dybrook and burn the Southern Theater to the ground.
Yeah.
Put it into a pile of smoking rubble.
Sorry. Things happen. Okay. So, things are happening. You are floating up out of the dome. I think Dusk wanted to have a prayer at some point during tonight's dream.
Yes.
I think Rasa was going to do something either on the way to or when you arrive, and Snaps was definitely doing something when you arrive at the cave opening. I'm ready.
So,
Yours is starting first. So.
Yeah, Dusk being that as he senses he's flying again, he would start to pray to Selûne, say, "Oh, Selûne, oh Moon Maiden, please grant your radiance, illuminate the land, give me all the help I need to make sure we find our way to where we're going. I need to make sure we don't get lost."
I cannot remember what I promised you.
Looking in my DMs.
Yeah, you don't have any cartographers on the team, which is part of the issue.
I think you said something about
Do a perception or survival check. And based on the outcome, we will determine what that does for you in the real world when you wake up. How's that?
okay. Perception's +3 and survival's +6. I'm gonna do a survival check.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And she is there with you, encouraging you. You feel enveloped in that cool breeze that is so
That has
uniquely her.
Completely gone.
I rolled a 2. So
Oh
that's an
no.
8.
Okay.
I got
And she's with you and she's comforting you, and you feel as though there must have been something that you could have done with her presence, but somehow you were distracted, or maybe your nerves are getting to you a little bit.
ran into a cloud of bees midair.
Yeah. So, I will say that just because you chose to focus on the path, that you are able at least to discern your direction of travel to a certain extent. And I will draw you a shape. I will draw a little polygonal line on the objects and tokens layer. And I will say that your path of flight is within that triangle.
It's a big triangle, dude.
Yeah.
It's somewhere between that mountain and that mountain.
Yeah.
And maybe that mountain.
Yeah,
And there's
that is the.
true.
But at least you now know that during your navigation tomorrow, although you won't have advantage on any rolls that you do, you at least know that there is a limit to how far north and east you could possibly need to go.
Right.
So you know that those blocks over there are definitely not your
Yeah, we don't need to go
destination.
here. We don't need to go here.
Right. Hurricane Wanderer's fate is going to go somewhere between here and here.
Oh, Jesus. For
That's
real.
that's the direction you're headed.
Yeah, it might be a little soon for our southerners here.
Not in Florida.
No, they're not.
That's true. But yeah. All right.
So again, flying a little more slowly than you had before. You're getting a pretty good look at the ground. You can see that off to your right, as you first take flight, you can tell that the mountains directly to your right are much more smooth, and the snow is just barely on the peaks. And it's more what you would call mountains, whereas the mountains you're flying into, you would definitely refer to as jagged peaks. There is a lot more snow. It is definitely icy. There's a lot more rock. It's the first time you're really getting a good, clear view of the different types of mountainous areas.
It reminds me of home.
Yes, that would remind you of home. That would remind Rasa of home as well. I think it would even remind Snaps of home. All three of you, it would be that jaggedy, Rocky Mountain High, Rocky type mountains. So you fly along, and eventually that, your stomach lands up in your throat as you start to lower down to the ground, and you lower down to the opening to what appears to be a cave. Again, traveling slower, able to pay better attention, you might realize for the first time that this very well could be a derelict mine of some sort.
Okay. And as we reach the cave mouth, considering things are moving a little bit more slower, so maybe we have some more time, Snaps is kind of going to try what Foggy tried to do all those nights ago. Kind of resist the dream a little bit, but not all the way, though. I want to see if I can resist being pulled through the earth and let the dream pull me down through the caves. And we know it's a general corkscrew shape from the side that we've been pulled down through. I just want to see if I can resist and maybe get a better look at what else is in there. If that's possible.
Yep. Okay. I would. I'm having stupidity issues on my part. Just a moment. Objects and token. Select. Get rid of that. Here, look, I can zoom again. Yes. So I will confess to the players at this table that your DM has had limited success in creating maps that are technically corkscrew. So what I have done is created maps that may not exactly match what we've been describing all along. So although we're going to describe that you are going down through a corkscrew, in effect, the maps won't be exactly shaped like that. At least not on your screen. When we get where we're going.
If I make whatever roll I'm going to roll.
Yeah. And I think we went with perception for just getting a better look at the maps. Foggy, do you remember what roll you had to do to try to resist the downward pull?
Oh.
I think I made you just tell me how you changed your direction.
I do not recall what roll I made. Because even if I had just told you how I was doing it, there was still a roll associated. I think it was just a wisdom check.
I'm thinking it's going to be wisdom or constitution.
Wisdom or constitution makes the most sense to me.
Yeah. I will let Snaps decide. Wisdom or constitution. Wisdom is you are hoping to gauge just how far off the path you can go before shit's going to go awry. And constitution would be how much of the discomfort can you tolerate before shit goes awry and you wake up.
I am more wisdomous than I am
Alrighty.
constitutional.
Alrighty.
Just a wisdom check.
Mm-hmm.
A natural 19 for a 22.
Cool. So we've described that these tunnels, as you go straight down through them, you were blipping in and out of an individual moment that you could either see left and right, or you could see in front and behind you, or you were passing down through a room of some sort. On this occasion, as you go down through the floor, the first time that you are able to see something that isn't stone, you find yourself in what feels like a tight passageway, and your choices are left and right, if you would like to attempt to veer off course.
I still want to try to let the dream pull me down. I just don't want to go through rock, if that's possible. If there's a way that I can feel that's or see that's going down.
The tunnel seems to go down on your right and up on your left.
I will go right.
Alrighty.
Take the easier downward path, but still trying to resist being pulled directly through stone
Yeah.
and earth.
And the longer that you resist, the more itchy your skin gets. So we're going to give you an extra 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet or so at this first subterranean level. I will tell you, let's have a single perception check for all of the places that you're about to see, so I will know what you get to see in each of these areas.
Perception. Not as good. 15 perception.
Okay, that's not too bad. So, this first subterranean area, if you, rather than just going straight down through the tunnel, if you just focus your attention as hard as you can to the right, you will find that the path does slope downward and opens up into a larger area where you can see debris on your left that kind of looks like maybe rubble that you might find in a derelict mine, like someone's been digging in this area. And with a 15, you may or may not realize that the debris directly in front of you before you go down through the floor again could very well be tracks that a cart used to run on. They're not connected. It's definitely damaged. Like there's no way you could run a cart on those tracks now. So whatever mining has been done in here was a long time ago. And it's a bit of a mess.
Gotcha.
The next level down, about here. The next time you are not subsumed in stone, you find that you are wet. You are feeling like you're having trouble breathing. There seems to be water in your face, and I'm not sure that you would be able to change direction much. I will give you, again, left goes up, right goes down, but you are underwater.
Not
It's
like
not
this,
deep
but
water.
right.
Yeah, it's not deep water. Like you come through the ceiling, and that's water below me. I'm landing in water. Oh gosh, I'm in the water now.
I'm gonna once again just try to continue looking or going right if I can.
Yeah.
Just
So that would be another 20 feet. As you make your way, veering off and just focus and concentration, just trying desperately to see, you do blip through what appears to be a structural wall of stone, come out on the other side, and you see again a little more water. That water, there's fog or steam that's kind of filling this space as you then are sucked down again into the stone floor. There is definitely a lot of more water on that level, and fog or steam fills the cavern. It's definitely humid and hard to breathe in there.
okie dokie.
Next time you come in through the ceiling, you are in a much, much larger room. You let's see here. You're not going to be able to tell really which way is left and which way is right. One of those fucking monsters is in here because you are not in that little room that you normally go through. That must be somewhere behind you. Or off to the left, maybe. It's that room that with all those mounds in it. You're not seeing that. You're seeing a much larger cavern. There's stalagmites, and it looks like a bunch of stalagmites have been knocked over what looks like a roaring underground river. And then you faceplant into the river and are swept a little bit further south before you again down into the ground. And you did see at least one of those monsters in that room. And then you arrive in the main cavern that looks very familiar with the stone table in the middle. It's like a raised spiral area in the middle of this cavern. There's stalagmites and support, pillars, structure, all the stuff you've seen all these times. And again, there are 3 monsters, and there's Inseldide but on this occasion, when you arrive in the room, the view of Inseldide and the monsters in question is way off, like maybe 60 feet further away than you've ever been from them, from Inseldide. And this area has never really been clearly visible to you up until this point. And I would say you're not seeing very many captive women in this general vicinity. And by now your skin is itching pretty hard, and it's going to drag you back to the view of Inseldide and so on.
Snap me where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
Okay. Okie dokie, cool.
Alrighty, so that's Snap's entry into the cave. What else are we doing?
So
Rasa wanted to do something.
Yes, as Rasa was getting ready for bed, she was going to bed with her dagger kind of at hand. And as soon as she realizes she's back in the dream, she is going to try and talk to her dragon friend to see if, and she pleads for some use of her immense knowledge and many years of trickery and shenanigans to see if there's anything that has been overlooked or any way that we might be able to get the upper hand on these a-holes and surprise them or trap them or anyway, just to give us the upper hand.
Okay. You are going to hear a voice. There is an itching sensation behind the horns on top of your head as you're falling asleep and having those thoughts and making that request. And as you fall asleep and then the dream begins, you hear a voice, which I'm not sure you have ever heard before. Personally, have you? Yes, you have. You heard it at the beginning.
Yeah. Yep.
So you hear this voice, and it is almost apologetic. I cannot go with you, dear one.
Okie dokie.
Your friends may see more than you. But explore, look, find, search. Knock them on their ass. And then there's some giggling, and the voice goes away. And you hear all of that as you are falling into the ground at the opening.
Mhm.
And down through that first area that the first time Snaps moved out of the normal course in that first subterranean level is
Mhm.
where she's saying the stuff about look and find and search, and your friends might see more than you do. And then the next level down, I think, is the one with those heaps and piles. No, the next level down is the one where she says knock them on their ass. And that's the one with the 6 mounds in the little room. And then you arrive in the big room, and Insuldite is there. And I believe you were also going to look for the little girls.
Yep.
And I would like actually all 3 of you to take a glance at the little girls while you are having the dream. And again, everything's moving just a little more slowly and a little less frantically, which means Insuldite's cries are dragged out and much worse. You do not see Alablanthe anywhere in the cave. You do see Rasa. You do see Maiev flickering in and out. And you do see Milena and Callus wearing pretty little wooden trinkets on necklaces around their necks.
So they're still there, but they're not flickering, or are they flickering?
They are still flickering, but they are now wearing pretty little wooden moon-shaped trinkets on necklaces around their necks.
So we didn't do enough. Now, you said this was a big open chamber, yes, with basically what I can see is only one entrance, right?
We talked about how well you were able to see the 1 or 2 times that you've tried to get a better view of the place. You know that there are a lot of nooks and crannies.
Yeah.
There are plenty of places to hide. There's lots of stalagmites and stalactites and structural stone columns. And you have not ever been successful in viewing the entire space, so you are not guaranteed to know whether there are other exits on the other side of this very large cavern.
Okay.
And in fact, other exits on any of the levels that you've come down through. None of you have really had a great 100% clear view all the way around on any one of the 4 levels that you've gone down through. And snick, and scream, and ick.
I had it.
And awake. I'm rereading my notes to make sure.
Ookity wrong listy button.
Which I don't know.
Select minds.
Before they go back to sleep, as soon as they wake up, Snaps just immediately starts scratching herself all over.
It itches. It itches bad. Like your skin is all been brushed in the wrong direction.
I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Mischief sent me. Oh, that's great. Launch the lizard. These are great. Sorry, guys, I hadn't been looking. I was too busy focusing on descriptions and figuring out what you can and cannot figure out.
It's just the peanut gallery.
I love the peanut gallery. Okie dokie. So, it is morning. The sun is up. The dome is down. It is Kithorn 10. And I need a wisdom saving throw from Maiev, please.
A wisdom saving throw from me?
Mm-hmm.
Did it now?
The sound of that. Hold on. Hold, please. Allow me to gather my dice.
Sorry. It is Dungeons and Dragons. Generally, one needs dice.
Yeah. All right. Wisdom saving throw. Let's go with this die. It'll come out of the box. Okay, not bad. 14.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And then you guys can have your breakfast and any morning conversation that needs to occur, plans to be made.
May I ask what my dagger looks like?
Checking. Fully assembled for the third day in a row. No puzzle to solve. Although the pommel may be a little sweaty, having been clutched in your hand all night.
Yeah, whatever.
So to clarify something regarding
Mhm.
the messages last night, the large egg-shaped rock thingy that we have is not red and does not smell like sulfur, right?
I
I thought it was just kind of grayish.
Dusk would have compared notes above the description received from Ortho. So is that what that looks like? Is it the bumps? Got the bumps and smells like sulfur? I don't remember.
It does have bumps. It is not totally red, although there is some red hue to some parts of it. But it is, I mean, seriously, it is sooty and ashy and, like, you've never tried washing it. It's a mess. It's like you dragged it through a burning building.
So since we're in the middle of nowhere, if we want to pull it out and sniff at it and clean it up a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely got some smoky undertones to the fragrance. It's been through some shit. Whatever it is, it has been through some shit.
But it doesn't smell eggy?
What'd you say, Snaps?
But does it smell eggy like sulfur?
You could interpret a faint smell of sulfur, as well as a smell of grick goo, and possibly a smell of decomposing foliage, sort of boggy,
Huh?
sort of muddy.
Well, if we happen to
Boggy. Boggy. I heard foggy. And
Yes.
Huh?
Foggy.
Sorry.
It smells like foggy. If we happen to pass by any streams along the way, maybe we'll to give it a quick wash to make sure that we're getting the real picture of what this thing is. Because it seems close, right? I mean, could be, right? What else could it possibly be looking for?
Any number of things.
That we possess.
Any number of things. I don't know, man. I don't know what's in the dragon's brain.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, geez, buddy, why don't you know what's in the dragon's brain?
Look, man, I've already got 2 brains to manage. I don't need a third.
I mean, is it possible that this actually belongs to one of those creatures? Do we have anything in the book about Gricks? Or whatever those creatures were? I don't know if we know the name of it, but anything that looks like those claw pincer creatures?
I can start looking through my book for something that looks like one of those things. I believe I have the Tome of Foes.
I'm looking to see which book they're in.
Because we could be getting ourselves all riled up for the wrong thing, perhaps. Maybe there's a different thing that this thing is looking for.
which would
How
be
can
your...
I tell? Oh, Monster Manual. It's in the original Monster Manual.
Which I think I think Rasa had that one.
I
Maybe.
think Rasa has Volo's Guide to Monsters.
Yeah, the
think-
Volo.
Yeah.
Maiev has the Darwin's Guide to
Yeah.
Monster Manuals.
Okay.
And I have Tomofo's.
Like, well, I'll navigate because I have an almost good idea of where we're going. It's it's like 20% of a good idea.
Well, here, Foggy, or not Foggy, Dusky. Take my compass.
All right.
I'll look through this book for the whatever monster you're talking about with the.
Big beak and tentacles and shit.
Yeah.
All right. Snaps, just keep them from walking into trees. Unless
Well,
you're looking at them
yeah.
too.
A side note here, when you spoke to Warthurl, he said that dragons sometimes see through like spies and such.
Right.
Could it be that the beastie doesn't have eyes on us at all times?
The impression he gave me was that no, they're not like... He's not... The dragon in question isn't going to just like home in on us like a guiding bolt. We'd have to come across someone who would spill the beans, as it were, to them somehow, some way. And being out here in the wilderness, I doubt that's happened, unless we've been really unlucky stumbling into some red dragon spies at the community, or
We
one of
did
those
very
poor girls.
recently get attacked by some high magic users,
Yeah.
Right.
and were assisted by, and then he points
Right.
to
Who knows what?
Rasa. Your
But we did kill them.
friend? Was that your friend? I've assumed it was your friend because they dumped water on me.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Deception.
Yeah, that maybe does call for a deception check.
So I assume deception versus insight.
Yeah.
Looks up at the sky like, oh no.
10. Oh no, that's yours. Hold on.
That's mine. Your deception might be better.
12.
Dusk is not
15.
just...
Yeah, you're pretty sure that Rasa is telling a fib. She knows exactly where that water came from.
It's you. Nah, right. I deserve it.
Would I call them my like particular friend? Eh.
I mean, they gave you a cool knife.
I don't.
And got dust in her eyes.
Yes, but I didn't think that was Smiley. I thought that was something else. I thought for some reason.
You had dust in your eyes, and then there was water.
I don't know. Shrugs.
Well,
Not true.
So my point here is if the red dragon doesn't have eyes on us at all times, and we know that we did not do enough to stop the girls from being in the dream, do we want to continue marching right up to the cave? Do we want to try to alter our path a little bit to be between Pecan Grove and the mountains, or do we want to go back to see if we can intercept whoever attacks Pecan Grove?
well, I think we're technically on our way towards them. So technically, if there's a chance that we would intercept anyone heading to Pecan Grove, unless they're coming from a different place. But according to my calculations last night, we're gotta be heading in. He kind of like takes his arms and kind of like waves generally to the northeast, north to the northeast, like somewhere in that general direction. We gotta go.
Sorry.
Just know that
Needle
we
in a
haven't
mountain
done
range.
enough yet, though.
I mean, if we wanted to stake out the Pecan Grove, I think we're safe from attracting the dragon's attention. I think, at least I have a bit more confidence about that. We're not even sure if that's what it is. You guys are going to look into it, because maybe we're hauling around one of them creatures back there's egg for some reason, which, maybe we don't
want that to sprout up and infest these hills, but
In this moment, Maiev will pick up her book and spin it round and show it to Dusk and go, "Did it look kind of like this?" And the answer is yes.
the critter, the creatures,
The big brick creature that
with
the
the big
nest where
ol'-
you found this thing.
yeah,
She's-
it's hard to miss those big old jaws.
Big flappy bits. Yep. So you
The big
spin that book
jaw.
back around, Maiev, and you read aloud. It says in there, spoils of slaughter. Over time, brick lairs accumulate the cast-off possessions of intelligent prey, and expert guides know to look out for these telltale signs. Underdark explorers sometimes seal off routes heading to and from a brick lair to starve them out and then claim the wealth of the foul creature's victim.
Huh.
Okay.
So they collect shit as they eat people.
Right. And this but is there any description of maybe what their eggs look like? Do they lay eggs? Are there more mammalian where they have live birth creatures?
I
don't know.
She has an intelligence of 8.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
So it
And,
does. No, that's 8 or 9.
She
9.
answers you by saying, sometimes they eat pretty much anything that moves except other gricks.
Right.
Yep.
But it doesn't say if they're like chickens.
No, it doesn't say if they like chicken.
No, I mean like chickens.
That's
Like they lay
exactly how
eggs.
I would have responded.
Maiev would have said, "No, I don't know if they like chicken."
Fantastic.
Well, unless it's an intelligent chicken.
And then she would have gone off on a tangent about how, I mean, I guess they could like chicken. Chicken's pretty tasty.
And Dusk is rubbing his temples. And it's like, well, I guess that means we have to assume this is a dragon egg until we find out otherwise. And if we come upon a stream or something, we can maybe give it a dip, clean it off, give it a shine, and see if maybe that helps. Give it a better, look-see.
So do we want to continue kind of heading on the path we've been heading northeast-ish, just farting around in the mountains to see what we find?
Sounds like the way.
Looking for a stream.
Looking for something.
Okie dokie.
A large puddle will do.
Cool. Alrighty. Well, if you are literally just going to start walking to the mountains, I would ask Dusk to, or Will.
Yeah.
Select. I'm going to remove this little triangle I drew for you, so you better remember where the fuck it is.
Right.
And then
What way are we walking, Boyle?
That way.
I thought I made this be a token, but it won't let me give you control of it for some reason. Probably because I made it be an image. So
Are you still
I
on
don't-
the map layer?
No, I'm on the token layer.
I can
So-
select it like a token, I just can't move it.
Yeah, I can select it, but I can't give him control of it. It doesn't give me any menus.
Oh yeah, that's annoying.
Why would it do that?
So if you want to just make a dot on the map, or point with that thingy, and I will move your token 4 hours worth of movement.
All right. I would say we'd be heading towards maybe the first major peak towards that. You know, if there's like a ridge or something to
In that direction?
Yeah.
Alrighty, you want to roll me your survival check? Sorry, without advantage.
Without advantage. Ooh. Okay.
Do we need perception at the same time?
Yes, please.
All right.
We be.
Come on, Dust. Don't fuck me on this. Come on. Not bad. Not bad. 17.
Alrighty.
That is a pretty gif, Ashley West.
23.
Alrighty. You are perceptive in seeing that there doesn't really seem to be a path or road that Dusk is leading you along. He really does seem to just be pathfinding, like figuring out how to continue in a direction he's trying to go in without any real road or you know, there's no defined path. It is steep, it is craggy, it is a rough climb. I'm also going to say with that perception that the snow and ice, you're realizing that's it's getting thick, it's getting deep.
Okay.
I'm almost confident it's this way. What?
Draw me another line, please.
I'd say, like, is there any? God dang it. I would say Dusk would probably say, well, not heading uphill anymore. We're gonna work our way north and around this mountain this way.
Okay. Make that roll.
Not climbing anymore. We're going horizontally if we can, you know, and maybe looking for like any kind of sign of large critters tromping through the area.
Give me that roll again, please.
Come on. Dirty 20.
Oh, yeah. You definitely aren't going to get lost. And I'm going to let you get about there. If you had to pick one of the 4 squares that your cursor is currently on, which one would you pick?
I would probably pick this one. If we're gonna
Really?
snap it. I don't know. I'm just shooting in the wind. Okay. Thank God.
So that X was in a pretty good spot. I'm giving it to you.
Well, all right.
You
then.
couldn't have gotten much closer than that. I mean, really. That was very good guessing. All right. So, at the end of this 8 hours of, and this has been a rough hike. It has been up steep hills. You are worn out, taxed. Your bodies are angry at the amount of climb and slip down and climb back up and slip to the left and climb back up. It has been rough. Vacation. So, of course, your snowy leopard has slipped very few times and has kind of corralled you others to keep you from falling too many times on your asses in the snow. But several of you have very wet butts. I'm just saying. It is cold. It is wet. There are very few trees. There are a lot of very large rocks and boulders around you. And it's getting really cold, really, really cold. And the sun is setting.
about that time. If we're if
And
they
Yeah, I'm going to say that you can. You are pretty confident that you have gone in the right direction, Dusk. Your rolls were great. That magic X you drew was so on target. I'm going to say that you are feeling supremely confident that you have traveled in the right direction.
well, I feel very good about this. I don't know about you. Oh, I appreciate you putting all of your trust in me as we navigate. I mean, frankly, this is like home for me. I don't know about you. This is like a romp through nostalgia lane. Anyway, I suppose we should make camp. Did we actually find the opening?
Not on this trip. You will find the opening if you decide to go north in the morning.
We're gonna make camp here wherever we are.
Yeah, you're gonna
Right.
got to get that far to find the opening. So
Right.
probably no more than an hour, maybe 2 hours of hiking. You will run into it if you decide to go straight north.
Right. So, well, I don't know about y'all, but the dome's gonna be nice and toasty, so no fear. Not sure if we want to have watches since we're really up in this business.
Mm-hmm.
But it does
Before we
mean
settle down,
Sorry, what was that, Snaps?
before we settle down for the evening, at any point did we find a stream during the day or at lunch melt some
We're
snow
also-
or something to wash the
I
rock?
was about to say, we're all through the snow at this point, it sounds like. It's
Yeah, you are surrounded by snow.
Yeah, and Foggy rubs his hands together a little bit, and then both of his palms catch fire. I can make water out of the snow.
Okay.
And
Do we want to
rolls-
take a look
he
at this?
rolls his sleeves up and yeah, no time
Creates
like
a little
present.
pond for you.
Yeah, in fact, yeah, that makes much more sense. Yeah, I roll up my sleeves and create fire in my hands, and then find what feels to be a fairly deep area of snow, and just gently create a little miniature pond.
All right, scrub-a-dub-dub the egg. Let's see what we got.
What we got? Let's see if I have a picture.
Pikachu.
I'm not really finding any images on the internet that satisfy my needs. So what I will tell you, I will try to describe it for you. It is definitely egg-shaped. It is thicker on one end than it is on the other. It is, as you scrub off the soot, you find that it is on the narrow end. It does have multiple, I guess you could call them warts. They're bumps. And those bumps are much darker in color than the rest of the surface, which as you gently scrub, you will find in some areas like a hue. It's basically a beige or brown egg. But in some areas, you will find, if you look at it in the light just the right way, it kind of has like a reddish tint to it. And in some other areas, it kind of has a greenish hint to it as you roll it around in your hands. Are you guys familiar with those paints that sort of change color depending on the angle of viewing?
Yeah.
You really just need
Yeah. So this thing, as you roll it around in your hands, the warts seem to change colors, and the surface of the egg itself, depending on what angle it is to the sun, sometimes it looks like it could be like trying to be red, but it also sometimes looks like it's trying to be green. And in some areas, as it rotates and moves around, it looks like it's trying to be like black, but also maybe like I'm having trouble remembering what all my options are. Give me a moment.
Don't speak that into existence.
Yeah, essentially all of the chromatics.
Oh no.
All of the colors that you can imagine are represented in one way or another, depending on how you twist and turn and angle it. And sometimes it even looks like it could be like have a cast of like a shininess to it. Like a silveriness or a gold or a, I don't know, maybe even brass.
It's a potential egg. Isn't that something that the dude at the potion place told us? It's got potential for something? Or am I making that up?
You are not making that up. You are remembering quite well.
It's Schrodinger's dragon egg.
It could
It
be
is
any
all
color
colors.
or metal before it hatches.
Hey, okay.
Cool.
So Rasa would sit down, blade in hand, dagger in hand, and just see if she can make any sort of connection with Smiley. Just to try and figure out what exactly it is that we have in our possessions here.
I need to hear your thoughts as you're essentially praying.
Yeah,
What
get
does
the
your
brain
prayer
focused.
sound like?
Hi. Hoping you can help. Can you hear me today?
There's an itching sensation behind your horns.
Hey. So it appears we've got an egg. Serious question mark at the end there. But we're confused by it. It doesn't really look as if it belongs to one. But I don't know. What can you tell us about this? Any help would be helpful.
You hear a chuckle inside your head. Some puzzles must be solved. Some fates must be discovered. Sometimes choices must be made. Figure it out, little lady. And then the itching stops.
Oh, shit.
It's like, I'm going to teach you how to fish. If I just told you all the answers. You wouldn't be able to do it all yourself.
Yes, the oil slick is a lovely description of what's going on the surface of that egg.
Yeah.
Now that you have it clean, it is that bizarre, shiny, colorful, rainbowy weirdness. And those little warts on the narrow end are they range from black to diamond and back to black. You know, black, obsidian, emerald, sapphire, diamonds, obsidian, that kind of thing.
Well, we could always reach out to old Werther, see if he knows what's up with this from an academic perspective. I don't know, but I got plenty of spell slots, so to speak. So I could always, hey, good news, bad news. We don't have a red dragon egg, but we have something, and it happens to be
Who's
very.
the spy?
Oh fuck! Now you just made me question everything. Oh crikey! Well, who did we tell about anything that we possessed in Dybrook? Just the Audreys. And then, did we ever tell anybody else about
Guy across the thing,
the guy across the thing?
right?
Who's the guy across the
The
thing?
one that told us it had potentiality, or whatever.
The one at the potion shop?
The new potion guy who's new to town.
The new potion guy. Oh, fuck that guy.
All right.
He's probably
well,
just fine.
I don't know if I'd
He
go
was
that
talking
far.
to himself in his kitchen, you may recall. Tell me I can't do a thing. I can do a thing. Watch me. I'll do the thing.
Yeah, he was weird.
I could message him or send him a spell, and I don't know what I would say other than maybe I'm his conscience, and I should feel very bad about ratting out that crew of people to a red dragon of all things. No? Bad idea? Alright. I don't know. All I know is we don't know what it is. It might be looking for it. It's just not its egg, but maybe an egg?
It's kind of what it sounds like.
I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna give the old message. I'm gonna do a sending spell to Werther.
Okie dokie.
All right.
Gregory, ready to count?
Give me a second.
I'm doing it kind of as I go. I've been pretty good on the fly. All right.
Go for it.
Dusk again. I said dusk again. Good news. Probably don't have red dragon egg. Bad news. Still don't know what we have. Multicolored is one word. Multicolored. Little wart things. Wart things on top. Still clueless.
I think that's 25.
I think that was, yeah. I
Still
backed up my
clueless.
whole.
I backed up a couple times, and so I may have lost count there, but I think that's 25. Might have been 26.
Love that. Dusk.
Ready to count response.
Yep, dusk. Try washing it. It's only going to have one color.
Oh. Is that like the plug it in, unplug it and plug it back in answer?
Yeah. Try. Yeah. So he'll say,
Wizard
try
tech support.
washing it. If it's a
Like-
dragon egg, it will have one main color. Go with that. It'll have one main color.
Fantastic.
Okay.
I guess we didn't use soap. She's trying to say we are not very good at cleaning things, maybe. All I got was that if it was a dragon egg, it would be one color. And that try washing it down. Or, yeah.
Maya will start mumbling and muttering about not good at cleaning things here. And she'll find a random piece of cloth from something and spit on it and rub on it because, mom spit's as good as 409.
Yep.
Any different?
As you rub on it, your touch does seem to alter the surface, sort of like running your hand through that pool of oily water. As you rub across it, it does seem to fluctuate in color, like in a trail where you're rubbing, but it's still just a rainbow of colors and shininess and I mean, it's not a smooth, glassy surface. It's definitely seen better days, but it does continue to alter, like that mood ring in that picture right there. Yep, like that.
Cool.
I would say that as you are caressing it in particular, it does seem to settle on green more often than any other color. But I guess you're kind of grayish green, aren't you?
I'm a gray tinted half orc, yes.
Yeah.
Wait. Dusk would, when given the chance, pick it up and kind of repeat what was going on with Maiev, just sort of taking one of his robes and just sort of giving it a good, scrub.
Yep. As it fluctuates through all the colors, it does seem in your hands to settle a little more on blues and greens.
Well,
Because your skin is blue, yeah?
yeah, bluish gray, blue-gray
Yeah.
color. Blue-gray fur, at least. Skin-wise, I don't know. Haven't shaved. But it seems like it's like a bit of a, not a shapeshifter, but a color shifter based on who holds it. Here, Rasa, why don't you, Lady Rasa, why don't you give this one a try to confirm?
Okie dokie.
Especially since you're maybe more related to it than we are.
And in Rasa's hands, as she rubs across it, it does get the colors continue to shift, but become pastel and very pale.
Right.
I wouldn't say white happens, but it definitely is shifting into a much lighter shade.
Oh. So if one of us sits on this for a while, maybe it'll hatch a little mini-me of ours. Ha
Well, I was actually going to suggest, if everyone's comfortable with it, leaving it out of the bag of holding with us in the dome tonight.
Oh.
Cuddling up close to it.
Well, definitely having a watch then.
See what happens.
Yeah. What's the worst thing that could happen?
Don't
Only
say
if
that out
everyone's
loud.
comfortable.
Don't say that out loud.
We're basically gods, it's fine.
Oh, right.
No, we are level 7, okay?
Here lies the wonders of fate. Yeah, we could leave it out, but someone's probably going to want to keep an eye on it, as well as to make sure we don't have any unwelcome visitors catch us by surprise and wait for us outside of the dome.
Okay.
I would offer, but seeing as I can't see shit in the dark,
Right.
and I assume that you don't want to light a fire, not sure I'm the best.
Well, lighting a fire in the dome would be a good way to kill us, I think. Maybe.
You're saying your dome isn't safe?
No, just not safe from lit fire inside of it.
I think that you have been able to have a campfire inside the dome.
Okay. I
You have
changed
to
my
be able to cook. Yeah, you could have a campfire inside the dome. I'll allow that.
All right. It's permeable. Never mind. All right. Well, yeah, good points. And plus, not to mention the fact that the dome is only 8 hours, so whoever stays awake.
Can I ask a silly question? Do we have an idea? I know Dusk has got a good gut feeling that he's going in the right direction. But
Mhm.
is there a gut feeling to how close we might be to if we're willing to risk? Or is a fire not being able to be seen outside of the dome? I don't know how the dome works that way.
It does camouflage, so technically, based on the way it's written, I would say a lit fire inside wouldn't illuminate anywhere outside of the dome,
Yeah, it's not going to cast light out from the dome.
and as a result of that, it wouldn't necessarily give you an advantage on seeing anything outside the dome. Is my sort of backing into that logic.
Yeah, I wouldn't put you at risk by letting it cast light outside the dome. Because the dome is meant to keep you safe.
If the bonfire is enough, then I'll go up for the first 4 hours or so. It means we're going to get a later start, and there's going to be. But I can
We've
cover
also-
the first 4 hours until Foggy is good to go.
Yeah, I was
That
gonna
just
say.
means somebody else is going to have to cover the 4 hours that I've got left.
I mean, I could as well. I can see in the dark up to 300 feet. Or I can give you, I'll give you Eyes of Night. It'll last an hour, but it'll give you an hour of, same kind of dark vision I got. I think it's an hour.
So Rasa would be able to see outside the dome for 1 hour. And then
For 1
she
hour.
would be
Yep.
sitting in the dark. Well, sitting
Yeah, unless we have a
inside
fire.
in the light inside the dome.
Right.
Unless you build a fire outside the dome that would then cast light for her
Yeah.
to see in the
Is-
distance.
Which I think would be stupid. But
It probably would be ill
Someone wants
conceived.
to watch with her.
Right.
I'll do whatever. Whatever you think is best.
My perception is utter shit.
Was
But I
Dusk
won't.
gonna stay up with her? If not, Snaps can do it.
Dusk will stay up because he's got good vision, and I think it's more important to keep an eye on our surroundings, I think, more so than usual.
If you want to start, get at least 1 hour done. I can wake you up when I can't see anymore.
Sure. I'll another way I could do it is stay up with you and then for like a few hours and then hit you with
Either way.
and then go to sleep. Yeah, I'll do that. It's gonna be weird, but I'll stay up for 3 hours and then I'll give Rasa Eyes of Night and then go to sleep.
And
Then by the time
Are-
Ross's Eyes of Night wears off, Foggy will be able to
Foggy
get
will
up
be too.
because he will have had his 4-hour trance.
Yeah.
Indeed.
and are we leaving the egg out of the bag tonight?
I don't think I want to invite any more.
I would say I'm okay with it personally. Just have it near the bag of holding so we can just kind of rub it in if it does something weird.
Anyone's not comfortable with it, I can put it in the bag.
We can always tackle that puzzle another night when we're not in.
Let's just
Please,
ask
God,
for
forsaken.
one problem.
Okay, so
What?
we'll put it in the bag tonight.
All right.
But last thing Snaps does before she goes to bed is I'm gonna throw some spaghetti at the wall here, see what sticks. She's just gonna pat the top of the egg, and in her nighttime prayers to the veiled one, she'll just basically be like, I know this isn't your realm of expertise, but what the fuck is up with this? You got any idea? And just see if there's any response, and if not, we're just gonna stick it in the bag.
You see if anybody's listening. Yeah, she's not listening today, Snap, sorry.
It's okay. I'm gonna stick it in the bag, put it to bed, and then Snaps will curl up and sleep.
And before you all go to sleep, before your trance starts, I need a wisdom save from Foggy.
Oh, joy. Oh, joy! That's a natural 1.
Oh,
Great.
fuck.
Uh-oh.
Cool.
Just no reason in particular. You've asked the 2 people that are no longer dreaming for wisdom saves.
Is wisdom saves a thing against scrying? Or am I making that up?
I
Oh
don't
shit!
know.
Yeah, it is technically the if you are scrying on a creature, it technically makes a wisdom save. I just don't know if it's aware or not when it fails, if something is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, target must make a wisdom saving throw. Modified by how well you know the target.
Yep.
What?
Essentially it looks like the scrying spell is, it doesn't really identify whether you know you're being scryed upon, it just identifies whether the scry is successful.
Right.
I think that Matthew Mercer did let them do some sort of check to determine if they noticed that they were being scryed upon, but I don't know how that check was introduced.
I think it was by pure chance in campaign 2. I remember I think they did like a see invisibility or something, and they could see sort of the thing that was scrying on them.
They accidentally caught somebody scrying on them in campaign 2? Got it.
Pure chance.
Yeah, because if you have true sight or, yep. If you're seeing invisibility at the time that a scry is happening, yeah, you would be able to see an orb.
Right.
Alrighty, so going to sleep.
Yeah.
Foggy's going to do his 4-hour trance. He's going to have whatever thoughts and dreams he has during his trance. Mayev's going to have a lovely dream about running through clover and getting stung by a bee.
That doesn't sound like a lovely dream at all.
Snaps is going to go to sleep and have her dream. But we can wait and have you all have your dream at the same time if you like. After the other stuff happens, can I have the perception check for the folks on watch?
Yeah, Dusk would definitely also be looking for the evidence that the dragon friend is visiting.
14. My dice hate me today.
Thank myself. Right.
It's not the day for my dice to hate me.
Oh, 9.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, I don't even have to do that other thing I was thinking about. So cool. Yeah, you guys didn't notice anything unusual happen during the 4 hours that Foggy was trancing.
Let's try one of those dice instead, because I can't go into something this close to the Fomorians with dice that hate me.
So while Foggy is on watch...
Hold on, I had something I wanted to do in the hour after Dusk goes to sleep.
Oh, okay, I'm ready.
So I'm going to wait until Dusk is
There you go.
pretty deeply asleep.
All right, you can see. Whee!
And then I'm going to reach into the bag and pull out a jar of honey. And in attempts to lighten the mood, I'm going to start crafting.
Uh-huh.
all the while trying not to wake him up.
Oh no. Hey Mama, you should probably look in the general chat.
Yeah. I'm gonna need a dexterity check from Rasa and a perception check from Dusk. At disadvantage because
me-
you're asleep.
Go ahead and show that off in the video.
Oh yeah. 8.
Very
Oh,
good.
9.
Oh god,
Really?
we're both terrible, but you won. Oh no.
My first roll was a 17. My second one was
Sorry. We have a 9 in dexterity.
Eat
And
me today.
holy shit. Oh,
A straight dexterity. I
Wow.
rolled a 6.
okay. Well, my perception's +3 as well. But yeah, I rolled an 8.
Okay, so you
With
wake up based on some unusual sensations around your face.
So he perceives it even though he got an 8 to my 9, or
Oh, I thought you said you got a 6.
I rolled a 6, so it's a 6 plus 3. So
yes,
it's a
the
9.
9 beats it. He is sleeping through it. Although I gotta say, with a 9, those ringlets in that image
It's not so
are
good.
way nicer than the ringlets you're actually able to create. The honey is very sticky.
It is.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Roger that.
That's closer to what you get.
Yeah.
It's a sticky
Yep.
situation. Campaigns. I lost my D&D Beyond window.
Yeah, it's even better.
Oh yeah, that's it. Perfect.
Fantastic.
And then the honey freezes in place.
Oh
Yep, and we're
well,
in the
no,
cold.
we're in the dome.
I'm in the
So
dome.
Oh,
it's
shucks.
It's temperate. It's cozy.
Dome's gonna fall before he wakes up.
that's true.
Yeah. And it's gonna freeze in place after the dome falls. Oh.
I would make sure it
Alrighty.
would be at least out of the eyes. But yeah. Yeah.
So you gotta wake Foggy or disturb Foggy from his trance before you go to sleep.
Yup.
Any conversation between you and Foggy before you go to sleep? Just gonna roll over and go.
I'm pretty sure my giggling is probably what's going to wake him out of his trance. But
There is a strong, sickly, sweet fragrance in the dome, Foggy.
Bakery in here all of a sudden.
What in what? People are sleeping, so I can't say or react in any way. This is happening out loud.
Yep.
What the fuck?
night.
Okay. Good night.
I feel like you've been playing this for a while.
2 weeks. I sent you that initial screenshot last time.
Very good.
And as you roll over and cuddle up to your bedroll, your little blade in its sheath is vibrating wildly.
It's like, you done good, kid. You done good.
Like her cell phone is on fucking vibrate and you can all hear it. It's really bzzzt.
Very good.
I'm good.
Yeah. You just went viral in like the god like version of Twitter.
Fucking Moon
All
Maiden is
right.
elbowing Helm. You have to see this.
I wasn't sure.
Alrighty, let's have Foggy's perception check before we do the dream, shall we?
Oh, where was that 2 minutes ago? I got the other side. God damn it. Natural 20.
What do you have? Oh,
25.
cool.
I've never heard anyone feel so upset about a natural
About
20.
getting a natural 20 when he
Yeah.
needed
I
it
know,
before.
you're looking out for us right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of
All right.
important.
A natural 20 is great. I'm going to stick a pin in it
Okay.
and go do the dream and then come back to your natural 20. Please don't let me forget.
Okay.
So during Foggy's 8 hours of watch, the three of you go to sleep and float up through the dome at what feels like a goddamn snail's pace. Like you could walk faster than you are flying. It is crazy slow. And you drift up over the rocks. And if I'm going to assume that Dusk is doing the same thing, just trying to do the cartography thing as best as he can. Why don't you give me a perception check? Do better than a 15, and I'll let you have advantage on your navigation tomorrow.
I did 12. Plus I got a
So
12.
you got a great 12, and it's a great view. You don't have advantage on your navigation tomorrow. But you're pretty confident if you just go straight north, because we seem to be floating straight north, and it only takes a couple of minutes, and poof, there's a fucking cave opening there, and you very slowly float down into the ground and down through the different areas that you're accustomed to floating through. Snaps. Do you want to just go to the right like you did last time, or do you want to try going to the left this time?
I'm pretty happy with what I found out to the right. Let's try to go to the left and see what happens.
All right, let me run through my caves. So left is upward as you go. You in the first subterranean area, as you progress left, you realize that you have to go up, and there's more of that broken track that we talked about. And you can actually kind of get a little glimpse of sunlight streaming in, probably from the cave entrance that you just went down from. And then you end up going down below. Let's see, I was giving you some amount of distance. Give me a moment to figure out the distance measuring thing. And that is 25 feet. It's not going to get you into that next area. So you don't see any debris or rubble. You just see those broken tracks in the first subterranean part. In the second subterranean part.
Do I need to be making a roll? Or anything?
What did I make you do last time? It was a wisdom check?
Wisdom check.
Yeah, do that.
A 15.
Yeah, you may not be able to get quite as far before it gets really fucking itchy. You did not end up submerged in water in the second level, although it is an area you haven't seen before. There does seem to be a lot of shelf, and it's less clearly defined tunnel, like it's been blasted out but not mined. I'll give you that. Third level down, you are 25. You get a better view of the water coming up in from somewhere. You can't see the source of the water, but it is some pretty rapid moving water. And this area is really quite large. And on this occasion, you see two monsters in this space before you go and sink down into that fast-moving river water area. And then, as you drop down into the main cavern, you 590 find yourself, rather than in the great big cavern, you find yourself in a little, not little, it's a big tunnel. It's a pretty big fucking tunnel. Remember we talked about how the tunnels get bigger the deeper you go?
Yeah.
You're in a tunnel that's like 15 feet wide, But it is a tunnel that you can see in front of you and behind you, but you can't see Inseldide. You can hear her screaming, but you cannot see her. And at this point, it is too itchy and too painful, and you are too far outside where the dream means for you to be, and you will wake up. So you're not going to get the full dream.
Okie dokie.
But you did
And
hear
just-
Inseldide screaming.
A kind of full accounting here. We know there are 6 little mounds in that
Mhm.
chamber. There
Yep.
are 3 of the monsters in the chamber with Inseldide. When I went right, I saw another one, and when I went left, I saw another 2.
On different
Everyone-
layers of the tunnel.
different
Yeah,
layers.
Yeah, different
Okay.
layers. You saw. You've seen. You thought you saw one last night. Tonight you saw 2 in that area with the running water.
Hmm.
And tonight you definitely saw 2 in that river area where there's knocked over stalactites crossing over the river. You couldn't see the end of the river where it's going, but you are seeing the source of the river this time, and it does seem to be burbling up from somewhere that you could not see. Like it's definitely like an underground river situation. The water source is not visible to you.
And then I'll wake up and Spoggy will just see me scratching madly at myself.
Madly itching, madly, like worse than yesterday.
I don't
Dusk was able to discern that you probably are less than 2 hours travel from the cave opening. And what's Rasa's wish this time?
Rosa's going to take her dragon's advice, and she would like to explore, but not necessarily in the way, if possible. I don't know if it's entirely possible, but not in the way that Foggy and Snaps are doing, where they're following the tunnels.
Mm-hmm.
She's curious because she knows that they've been kind of going through the floors and the walls and things like that. So she wants to try and get to like the exact opposite side and go down that way if possible. If that makes any sense.
So you want to try and fly in a different direction and not go to the cave opening at all?
Yep. And I kind of want to go to like the other side where I think like if I were to cut off the top of the mountain, so to speak, and where I know the cave opening is, I want to go directly across.
Consider the cave opening to be in the middle of that X and draw me a dot on the map where you want to go.
Like there.
Okay.
And try and come in from like the other side just to try and get a better, fuller picture of
Very
basically
smart.
the whole thought is to see the main room almost more so than anything. But
I need your wisdom saving throw to see how well you can fight against the current of the dream.
oh, maybe this one's decent. Just a wisdom check or throw, saving throw.
Did I have you do saving throw or a check, Snaps?
Just a check.
Check it is.
17.
Ooh, cool. 17 is going to be enough that it's really, really itchy.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to look at the map and figure out just how far off course you're going to be able to go. If you try to change course in the first moments of flight, you would be going 30 feet and then just go straight until you hit the mountain. Okay, so that's going to put you...
Because I figure at that point it would be kind of working with where it's trying to drag me. Sort of, maybe? I don't know.
It's going to be trying to drag you back toward the X as long as you're above the surface.
Mhm.
So that's what you're fighting. That's the current
Yep,
you're fighting
yeah, that's
against.
the first one. But I figure once we get kind of like subterranean, I'm kind of almost...
Yeah,
I guess I am trying to fight it a little bit, but not as hard, I guess.
just that you want to be on that side
Yeah.
and let it drag you back in toward the middle. So Looking. You are gonna just hit mountainside and slam into the rock and head down as it's dragging you toward the X. You will eventually come out in a cavern. I need a perception check for all of the levels.
Oh crap. I'm going to assume that a 14 is not good enough.
Um,
Well, she can tell you if it's a failure.
I don't know if it's a failure, so to speak, because if it's a
it's a matter of how much stuff you see.
yeah, because
so-
I have my
On that first subterranean level, you see debris, mining debris, rubble, chunks of metal ore of some sort. With that roll, without adding anything to make it better, you're just seeing mining rubble.
Mhm.
You could,
If you want to perceive better and you have a way to do it, I can give you more.
I have my psi bolstered knack, but it specifically says if I fail an ability check using a skill or a tool with which you have proficiency, which I do with the perception, I could roll one of my psi die and add it in, which would give me an additional 3.
And that would
For
make the number be 17.
Yep.
We're going to go with that. So please mark off the use of your side die because it wasn't a failure, but it also wasn't a true success. 17 does get you the thing that I was trying to decide whether you get it or not.
Okay.
In and amongst that rubble, the ore that you see, the raw ore, there's a big old chunk of it here that does have a shiny silvery spot where you could guess that that's probably silver ore that was being mined in these caverns at some point. But it does also have a lot of green tinge to it, like it's tarnished from being exposed to the air. And sticking out from under the rubble, there's this unusual color that you wouldn't expect to find in this environment. It is it's like a really big, perfectly. So, do you guys have an immovable rod?
no.
I don't
At
think
least I don't think we do.
But I'm trying to think what you might have encountered in the world that looks like this. It looks like it's about I mean, you're sort of flying on over past it, but it's just sort of peeking out from the rubble. But I would say it's like smooth, and for some reason, under the layers of dust that's on it, you think that's. Why would there be something red that looks like a stick? But it's not a stick because it's all smooth, sticking out from under some of this rubble. Perfectly smooth, probably red stick. Maybe like a candle. But you've never seen a red candle before.
dynamite goes boom.
So then you sink into the ground and you are moving toward the center of the cave. And that would be in this direction. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You don't see anything on the next layer down because you're in the midst of the rocks. And at this point, as you go lower through the next area that you do see something, you find yourself in a much larger cavern. You do not see what you might expect to see, 6 little mounds. But you do see there is a little cavern ahead of you that could very well be the room that has those mounds in it. But what's directly below you as you are coming down is some knocked over stalagmites that are crossing over a very fast moving river. And there is one of those monsters on your right as you are moving through this space before you literally sink through that shitty rock bridge into the water and down into the ground. And then you would land in the room that you're expecting to be in, although you are maybe a little bit off from where you normally enter the space, but not by much.
Okay.
Technically
need you
see any
to,
movement.
I'm gonna need you to say that again. I was in the restroom and had joined on my phone.
Oh, sorry.
You're
So
good.
as the dream concludes, just before they wake up, you didn't exactly see movement, but you did get that, weird prickly feeling like I'm being watched from, I'm going to ping on the map. I'm going to try to ping on the map if I'm on the right layer from this side of the dome.
Oh dear.
That it's not above you. It's definitely on the same level of the ground as you. There, you get this weird feeling, like, because you rolled a natural 20 for your perception check. So
I did.
there's some shit. So there's something hinky. But you're not sure exactly what. Outside the dome, in that direction.
I'm gonna internally. All right, Moon Maiden, be with me. Oh, and you too, Karak. I care about you. I really do. Let's not die, shall we? And I glance in that general direction. What do I see?
It is dark. There's a lot of boulders over there that
Indeed.
could
I do not know how much dark
obscure
vision I
your
have.
view.
I have
You
dark
be elf.
vision out to 60 feet. So it's in shades of gray, but I do have dark vision.
Yeah, you're not lit. You don't literally see something.
Oh,
There are lots of rocks and boulders,
right.
but you do have this feeling that you're being watched, or that and it could just be wildlife, but there's something that just gives you a slight unease off in that direction where all those rocks and boulders are.
Right.
The pigeon.
Maybe it's simply that you can't see because there is so much stuff over there that something, a deer or a tiger or, a mountain lion could be hiding behind waiting to spring. And maybe that's why you're uncomfortable? And then the three dreamers wake up.
Oh, well, that was a good night's sleep. What the devil is going on?
Shh.
What cheese and crackers went up?
Shush. Oh, right. Yes.
What?
Shush.
It's like... Oh.
And I'm gonna kind of lean into to Karak a little bit. And fuck it, in this moment, I'm gonna drop another layer of the cage.
Drop another layer of the cage.
The thing that Karak is stuck in me, made of key.
Got it.
So you're not raging, but
No.
you are
I'm giving him more
letting your
wiggle room.
eyes glow a bit.
I just
Yeah.
like that.
You are
Burn of
choosing
rage.
to fail a wisdom saving throw, is what you're telling me.
Yes. And just request
give
his
me-
help a little bit.
Yeah, give me, I don't know if I want insight or survival. Perception. We don't really have specs for Kurok, so use your own specs, but roll his perception.
That I can do. Hey, my dice are being kind now, all of a sudden, after that natural fucking 1. 22.
You're gonna hear inside your head that growl-like sound, not vicious, not violent, but like a warning sound. Like he's definitely feeling something happening over there, but you don't know what. Neither of you are real. I mean, it could be a fucking elk. You don't know.
Sorry, there's just... And he points in that direction. There's something. I don't know what. I can't see it. We can't see it. There's something. Sorry. Yes, your face is... yes.
Sticky.
Right. What the devil? Who did this?
Big, giant grin on Foggy's face and a shrug.
His eyes are
I
shifting
don't know.
between Rasa and Foggy.
Ross is sleeping.
Rasa sleeping. What the devil? It's a good thing you have to sleep for a few more hours, Lady Rasa.
Just one.
Yes.
Oh, no, I get... Yeah, just one more hour, because she went to
Okay.
sleep 1 hour after you did.
All right. Yeah,
Cool.
that's right. Mhm.
Although, well, you guys usually wake up from the dream and then go back to sleep, so... You know.
Right. Dusk is going to try to melt some snow to start trying to at least take the tension in the hair out, so it's not like pulling on his follicles as much. You know,
It's quite tasty and has hints of floral.
It's like I'd be lying if this is the first time I've ever had honey in my hair, but I mean, come on.
Maya still half asleep with a twitching, itchy cat in her arms. Oh, leave it be, Dusky. It looks fine.
Have you ever had honey in your hair? In this weather?
Well, no, not in the cold, but I mean, Iggy was not the cleanest child.
And what if I run into those bees again in this condition? What do they think?
They'll probably think you look tasty.
Exactly. That's the last thing I'd like to be to those bees. Thank you very much.
You'll be fine. Get
Maybe
it?
they'll
Be
think you're the
fine.
king.
Oh. And then he just sort of mutters, kind of like staring, like his eyes go wide, like, you didn't hear them. You didn't hear them.
Definitely traumatized.
Oh, mildly. So many voices, all as one.
Alrighty. Well, we can finish your 8-hour dome and wake up in the morning and, you know, have a little something to eat. Everybody's full, long rested.
Anyone need some honey? I got some.
I still have plenty, thanks.
Would you like to win your tea, Lady Rasa?
I still have plenty, thanks.
Oh,
I
really?
did buy a gallon jug of it.
Oh, really? A whole gallon?
You saw me do it.
Mm. 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 Mm.
Not to mention, we did get three 1-pound jars of honey from the community before we left there. But you didn't hear Snap say that.
Well,
And in this weather, you kind of have rock candy hanging from your beard.
you know, it'll be good for the snow bees we might run into. But, you know, I hear honey's really good at cleaning things, so, you know, thank you. You did me a favor.
We're already
Thank you, my
pre-seasoned
pleasure.
for any snow trolls that want to eat us.
Right, yeah, I'll be the most tasty one, so I assure you. You know, they'll probably go for me first.
And
Anyway.
Marching
Well.
northward? What are we doing?
Yeah, so thing in the dream this time, and I think we're not that far away. We just gotta head north. Yeah, straight north. And using your compass, thank you very much, Maya.
It always points north. That's what the lady said. And you know, there's no trees out here for you to run into, but it is slippery.
There's a few mountains to fall off of, though. So watch your steps, and yeah, no, there's a reason why we ran into the community. I think this compass will be quite handy. So off we go. Anyway, on the way.
Second?
On the way.
Who is texting me?
Uh-oh. Did I just send a message wrong? No, I didn't find it. So, Rosso's going to do a perception check as you trek northward for 2 hours. Dusk is going to do a navigation check. Don't fuck this up, man.
Probably not do.
15. I still have not rolled above a 10 more than once all night.
19 for Dusk.
Well, Dusk is not going to get lost. Everybody's going to check their DMs.
Mhm.
I don't have a DM.
Cool. And you are going to arrive at a familiar-looking cave. There are no footprints leading in or out of it in the fresh snow. But you, Dusk, found it.
Yay! See, I knew where I was going all along.
There are definitely no tracks in and out of it. You can tell as you were getting closer that the way the boulders were, you can kind of figure out where the path to this cave used to be. And you probably came up on that path less than 100 feet from the cave opening, and it comes down from the northwest of where you are. So you imagine, are you guys looking at the map, right?
Mm-hmm.
You imagine that there's probably a town or something in this general direction that is where the miners originated from, you know, even as close as this. The path that you have crossed into comes from over there. But it is a snowed over. You can only really tell where the path would have been because the rocks have been cleared out the way, so that maybe those carts that you and that Rasa and Snaps have been envisioning probably were able to be wheeled down the mountain in that direction. Whoever it was that had been mining here. You have found a cave opening. What are you going to do?
And we don't see any tracks going in or out of this cave.
That is correct. And the cave opening itself is only maybe 5.5, 6 feet high. Like, it was probably humans or elves that used this opening. It's not a little short and stubby like a dwarf opening.
The Fomorians are giants. Could they conceivably crawl through that entry if they wanted to come in and out of there?
You've had a pretty clear view of one of them by now, right?
Yeah.
You've been seeing them in the dream for a while now next to Inseldide. So you could gauge on their appearance. There's no fucking way.
So this is
This would
possibly
be a very
back door?
tight squeeze army crawl situation if one of them tried to get out this way.
Well, that makes me feel better about going in this way. But where else are they coming and going from, if they're even real?
Do we know anything about them and water? Because the water inside has to be coming and going from somewhere. Anyways, I am going to throw up Psychic Whispers.
Okay. Do we want to take a potty break before and then come back to discussing outside the cave what your plan of action is?
Not a bad idea.
Let's go pee.
Woohoo! You go.
I'm going to use that as an opportunity to end this first recording.
Okay. Are standing outside of what appears to be a cold and snowy cave opening. There are no footprints in the snow surrounding this opening. What are we going to do? Are we talking about? What are you discussing plans? What are we doing?
Russ is just first going to put up Psychic Whispers for 3 hours, and I just need to confirm. Yeah, 3 creatures. So it's going to be Maev, Foggy, and then I would ask the 2 healers which one wants to be included in the whispers.
You say healers, and Dust Sword does like a
Cleric.
That's cute. Oh, healer. Oh. Dude.
Dusk. I was going to say, I think Dusk can see further than Snaps in the dark. So if
That's a
we
good
want
one.
just eyes that can see further and speak to everybody.
Do you want a 911
Russ.
or a radar?
Sounds like you need to pick Dusk.
Yep. So
All right.
Foggy, Maev, and Dusk have 3 hours of Psychic Whispers up.
All right.
And
Okay.
Rasa, if you get a little closer and peer in there, I will tell you that you can only see about 15, 20 feet in, and then it's dark.
Dust cracks his knuckles and looks in.
I can't see shit.
It's like, I was born in the darkness. Molded by it. Anyways, yeah, I can take a peek inside and see if there's anything. Yeah, in my brain.
Is there anything I can do? Because I can't see shit.
Oh, all right. Oh. You want eyes of night? You want eyes? Just say, hey, I need the eyes. Here, eyes of night. I can only do that once per rest, I think. Short rest, maybe. But yeah, if you want eyes of night, it only lasts an hour. Here you go. Eyes of night.
Me and 3 willing creatures.
What?
No, I think Eyes of Night is just one
Oh.
creature.
No, up to 3 willing creatures. Holy shit.
Okay.
I'll give. Who needs it the most?
I don't know what everybody's
So-
dark vision is.
While you guys are discussing how dark it is in there, can I have Foggy? You were the one who noticed something gave you the heebie-jeebies earlier today.
Yes.
Oh hell! Just let me have everybody give me a perception check.
Relate to the
Pick a dice because they all hate me.
It is not another natural 20.
I do have a natural 20 for 28.
Finally, you just wasted it.
21.
24. I can do math.
With guidance, I'd just be like, bloop, 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 bloop. 23.
I didn't need my natural 20.
Good lord, y'all saw some shit. I don't know what my Evs was because she's muted herself, but the rest of you have
I got a
definitely all
natural 20.
natural 20. Yeah, y'all see some shit. So-
I tuned in
While
now.
you're standing outside this cave opening, Rasa's sort of leaned in to see what she can see, and then came back out to tell Dusk that she can't really see a lot in there. And you hear from not too terribly far away, you hear a Lady Rasa, I don't recommend cave spelunking.
Who the fuck?
You want me to take over?
Yep.
All right. The Lady Rasa
How do you know me?
of House Vario,
How do you know me?
on order of Countess Marina, and by extension, your family.
Oh, shit.
I can't stay in the shadows anymore. Now that you are about to go gallivanting into some cave in the God's forsaken wilderness.
I just
Got
put a
that.
hand on Ross's shoulder. Are we cool?
I don't know. But if it's my family,
Would she recognize him?
No.
It's like, I am a humble servant of your house.
Let's have a
You're not
description of
making
who's
any sense.
walking out of the out
So
from behind a
somebody's-
big old boulder.
Somebody's walking out and saying this?
you mean the house that I'm trying to actively get away from? You're not making friends here.
So, my name is Urin. Perhaps you've heard of me, perhaps not. But I've been working with. Do you know the name Countess Marina? Do you know your family and your extension?
Do I know Countess Marina?
You recognize the name Countess Marina as a noble who, although female, does garner some respect in your community, in the political machinations around your family.
Okay.
And as a widow, has acquired power and wealth from her husband. And since she has not remarried and has refused to do so, has been able to continue to wield her former husband's power in the community, and nobody's been able to wrest it from her.
Okie dokie.
She is a very astute business person and does a great bit of wealth under her belt, and does travel the world with business in mind.
What's your name again?
Urin, my lady.
Knock it off.
I'm
Knock it off.
duty bound, my lady, to respect those.
It is Rasa. Here.
And Maiev has placed herself bodily between Rasa and Lord Fuckface.
Not a lord.
Hey, Mama, can I ask you to spell urine, please? So that this, unless you want it to be spelled urine, which, okay.
Urin, I don't know. You can say Yaren.
Oomst the fuck.
He would say, you don't need to be concerned about me. I know I've seen all of your talents at work. I know that I wouldn't last 3 minutes of battle with you all. I'm merely here to watch and to report. So I've been following you out here, just gesturing at the mountains. It's like a little like home, like Lady Rasa. I'm sorry. I will per your instructions, Rasa. But if you insist on going into wherever you're going, I thought perhaps it'd be time that I aided you. But I know not what we're doing out here. I have to ask, what is compelling you to take this? Seems like a fool's errand to me. But by my calculations, there's nothing out here that would be of value.
People.
People. What kind of people?
Those being taken against their will.
And Maya will have kind of shoved the pommel of the axe into the ground. She's like full on mama bear mode. And she goes, like those that we have sworn to protect.
Well, it is a very, very noble gesture, but how do you know there are people here?
How long have you been following?
For quite a while. Since you departed the main road.
Which main road?
The trade road. All the way from Dybrook. The Dracot.
Hold on.
Well, yeah, Yaren caught up to them in Dracot and then has been following them since Dracot.
Okay.
2 seconds.
I think Maiev is having difficulty keeping her rage in check at the moment, so her eyes are flaming up a little bit.
Oh, apparently Gregory missed doing something during the potty break.
Restart the
No, he's down here getting something out of the kitchen.
oh, okay.
Get it together, bro.
I want to insight. Do I believe and trust this Yahoo?
Roll away.
This wackadoodle Lord Fuckface.
I'm not sure Maiev would see him as a Lord Fuckface, because as he approached, once you all turned to look at him, he kind of gave a leg and a bow when he said Lady Rasa that first time.
Okay, so... Squire Fuckface?
Insight was only a 9.
You're pretty confident that he is being genuine and honest with you, that he works for some branch of the family or this lady Countess Marina, whoever she is. He seems to be telling the truth.
All right, stand down.
And Maiev will
So he has
turn
no
her
weapons
head,
drawn. He has 0 weapons drawn. He's there, arms folded, sort of in front of him, in his robes to keep him warm.
Maiev would have turned her head to look at Rasa when she said stand down and be like, are you talking to me or to him?
Everyone.
The fires that had unconsciously started in Foggy's hands disapparate.
So you really want to know what we're doing here?
Well, it would help if I were to assist you in order
There
to
have
better
been
assist you.
dreams.
Dreams, you say? What kind of dreams?
the most horror of nightmares.
Intriguing.
Do Fomorians ring any bells?
Good question. I don't know.
You've got a stat block for him. Do a
I
history check
do.
for him.
I gotta get it out. Hold on. I had it.
My name's just-
History or nature. I don't know which one to do.
History.
Roll a dice and I'll.
No, I got it. 18.
Yeah, from the Icespire Mountains and where he came from before he joined the employ of the Marina's family. He probably is familiar with what Fomorians are, so finding them here in a mine would be kind of absurd. They should be in, way, way, way deep under in the Underdark. They should not be.
I mean, it seems unlikely to me, but you've been convinced enough to travel all this way.
Well, you'll join us in those nightmares now. You're welcome.
I don't understand your meaning, but I guess I will find out in due time.
We've been having these dreams for how long again? It's been a while, but I don't remember exactly. At least 10, 12 days, something like that.
Yeah, at least a 10-day, if not a 10-day and a
Pretty
half.
So, yeah, give or take.
Life is but a dream. Nope, you were already on the way to the dream. What's next?
Oh, what?
You had the dream on the night of day 31. And this session began on... Where's the recap? Day 39. So you've been having the dream for 8, 9 nights now.
Give him the lowdown. We've been having this horrific dream. We seem to have some control over it. We've managed to change some of the people that we see within just by some of our actions afterwards. Every single one of us has the same dream. It can't be a coincidence. Children are being taken. Women are being taken. They're being tortured. They're being violated as far as we can tell. And I will not stand for it. So yes, I am going spelunking. You can join us or not. Goodbye.
Well, I'm not here to coerce you to return. I'm merely here to make sure you don't die out here. So if you'll have me, and otherwise I'll be forced to skulk in the shadows some more, I will be happy to help you in this. Bear the burden to share it to the extent that I can. My sword is yours, lady. I mean, Rasa.
And he's going to share with you that his orders have been to follow, that if you are at risk, if your life is at risk, he is to risk his own life to keep you alive until you choose to come back to Dybrook, if you won't be convinced to go.
It is by only these extreme circumstances that I deemed it necessary to avail myself. If I were to follow you into these caves, I might not get to you in time should something happen.
I'm going spelunking.
All right.
You do as you wish.
Well, allow me to lead the way into danger.
And she turns away from him.
Cool.
That's the noble yes. You may do take your silence as complicity.
And I have no idea if he can see in the dark, but if he charges into that cave, your conversation with Rasa about her not being able to see in there might...
Sparks a torch.
We're not trying to give us away. Although, I do want to find a shiny red stick. Candle.
Red
thing,
stick.
if possible. It
Well,
looked
I
intriguing.
need to... I'm assuming you're going to do the thing with the
Eyes of Night.
Rasa's Eyes of Night, or are you guys going to do torches until such time as you
I don't think Dusk did anything with Eyes of Night just yet, so he would.
Yeah,
probably
you were discussing it, and then the other Dragonborn showed up.
Yes.
What she's asking, though, is are you going to cast it now, or are you going to cast it a little bit later when chance of discovery is more likely? Due to light.
Dusk would probably do it now. Because we know it's not terribly deep in terms of like an hour's worth of moving is probably easier if those can see deeper into it than so rather than give ourselves away early. He'll tap Urine, Rasa, and probably Maiev.
That means your night vision distance is 350 and dimming starts at 60, right?
It's 300
300 feet is your vision.
dark vision.
That's the radius.
And Urine is controlled by
I'm getting death glares.
nameplate, for fuck's sake.
So it's
Controlled by
Yeah.
Rasa.
Urine.
Urine. 300 dimming at 60 save. Okie dokie. You now have control of Urine's puck.
Yay!
And he now has the same night vision as you and Rasa.
I did not realize we were still drawing. How do you get rid of it?
I will take care of that for you.
Thank you.
And before we go too far, Snaps is going to cast Aid on Rasa, Dusk, and herself.
It's the +5, right?
That's the +5, yeah.
Yeah, it's the max HP modifier goes up by, yeah.
And I would say that Urine would make every effort to stay within 10 feet of Lady Rasa.
Yes.
You're gonna piss me off, dude.
Yeah. And he would probably also try to give Maiev, who's also always trying to stay that close to Rasa, a wide berth. Like, he's not going to crowd that woman.
Wise just
He's seen what she can do.
Yeah.
Snaps is going to stay near the back since I'm not in on the group chat.
And in his head, Dusk would be like, I mean, it's not going to hurt to have some extra help, right? I know this puts you in an incredibly uncomfortable position. But 6 is better than 5, right? I notice you're very quiet. Are you reading me? Are we still doing this? Is it still happening?
Rasa is stewing a bit. You are seeing the rest of you who haven't been dreaming and those who haven't had a really good look at this area. you all now are beginning to recognize that this is a derelict mine. There definitely used to be a track of some sort that carts would have been used to transport some sort of ore in and out of the mine. But it's definitely ramshackle. The wood is rotting and stuff is tipped over, and it's just not, it didn't hold up well over time.
The snaps remember which way we wanted to go? It was right to go down, right?
Yeah, right was noticeably sloping down more.
Would Raza have an idea if she still needed to go right to find that red candle-like thing?
You recall that you entered from the opposite side of the mountain.
Yep.
So the likelihood that you entered this chamber or this group of openings and this area would, if you're entering over here now, it's likely that you entered somewhere over here.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if I had an idea if I was getting to that level about the same time or if I had to go downward to get there, or I don't know if that makes any sense where.
You saw the stick. You actually would not know for sure.
Okay.
Because you didn't see as many levels as you expected to.
Yeah, and that's why I wasn't sure if I would have an idea, but.
Yeah.
All right. Which way do we want to go?
Snaps would have gone down from the opening, and I will say, just for the ease of navigation for the group of you, that this area is where you should look on the map. On each of the subsequent maps, this spot is straight below the cave opening. So the curvatures that have happened that have led you to this part, that spot is directly below the cave opening as you spiral around.
Okay.
So as I was giving Snaps information, Snaps was moving across the maps in this direction. And this was the origination point. So the first time she moved forward, she moved about 25 feet inward. And yeah, and then she came in and then she went to the right, which was down. I'm sorry, this is not a perfectly spiral. I couldn't find a map that would make a perfect little spiral for you.
Yeah, the only way you could have probably done it is do it in stages. Or have a very large spiral that slowly got smaller as you get towards like the middle or something.
Yeah,
There's my red candle-y sticky thingy.
I didn't want to make maps from scratch, so I purchased a map pack that had several of these things in it that I could edit a little bit rather than starting from scratch.
There's a red candle-y thingy-majiggy.
Whose birthday is it?
In my head, I would have told those that I'm connected to that I saw this in the dream.
I see.
I don't know. Would Raza have an idea of what a dynamite stick is?
I'm not sure you would know what it is, but you are finding it in a mine, and there's obviously been blasting going on.
Is it reasonable to believe Urine would see it and understand what it is?
I'm trying to decide.
Well,
We'll
thinking
do an
it's a
odd
candle,
reading.
irregardless of what, thinking it's a candle. I would hand it to Foggy.
Yeah, it is much too big to be a candle. And how about we all roll a d10, and anybody who rolls an 8, a 9, or a 10 knows that that's not a fucking candle, but that could be dangerous shit.
Well, I was just saying, if I could see anything, it's a 4, so I don't have a fucking clue.
And I rolled a 7.
I was just gonna say, if I see anything that is pseudo candle-like, where it has like a fuse or a wick,
Mm-hmm.
I know Foggy can produce fire at will,
Mm-hmm.
so it would be handed to him.
Dusk rolled an 8 and you rolled a 10.
Okay, so
Funny story,
Yiren rolled
Foggy
a
also
10.
rolled an 8.
All right, so Dusk and Foggy are aware, cursory awareness of explosive stuff that is used in mining. Yiren with a 10 knows what TNT is. He knows what blasting powder is. And he also knows that that shit's been in here since these tracks were fresh and working. And I believe that Yiren would be like, please be careful with that. It is aged and probably a little more volatile than it was when it was new.
But whispered.
But whispered.
I would still hand it to Foggy to handle. He can produce fire at will. He's the best one to have it.
I'll take it.
Technically, so can Maiev.
As long as you're not raging.
Yeah.
Funny story. I can
Have
produce
we
fire
actually
while
seen
raging.
that though?
What?
Have we actually
was that?
seen you do the fire trick though?
I made her do it once, I believe.
Lit that tree on fire.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true.
Oh yeah, we never went back and had you describe how your firebolt works. Meh. Or
So,
actually, we'll have you do that at some
Gregory?
point. Yes.
I don't know if you want to create a thing in your inventory, but what you have
Yeah.
is one stick of volatile, aged dynamite.
That's a fun string of keywords you've got there.
Yes. And Yiren would have made it very clear to you that that stuff isn't stable on its best day. And it's been in here for how long? We don't know. It's going to be volatile, and you're going to want to be careful with that. Don't be dropping it. Don't be falling down and landing with it in your back pocket.
Well,
Careful.
I'm going to grab the next one and give that one to Maiev.
Okay.
Where'd you go? I was looking at inventory.
Is there anything else in this room, or is this just rubble and...
It is rubble, and there's bits of metal ore that is you remember from your dream sequence that this used to be a silver mine, so there's tarnished greenish tarnish on some of the ore that's laying around, but there aren't any really big chunks. It's just little bits.
There's a bunch of Goliaths here. Why? They all have warhammers. Named Gertrude. Why do I know that?
What?
See?
Little bits.
Oh, little bits. Mm-hmm.
We're just going to go around collecting all the dynamite.
Seems like
Just
a fun
to, you
thing
know.
to do.
Make things exciting.
You're looking very nervous.
Completionists.
So there's 3, there's 4 more.
I'm so
6.
just like,
Yeah, there should be a total of 6.
she's on a shopping spree.
Okay, so if there's 6, that means each of you gets 3 apiece, because I've got no way to light it.
Alright,
Easily.
I will add 2 more to my inventory. Boop boop.
We have
And
We have
when you collected the one that's over here, Rasa,
Yeah.
you also picked up a fist-sized chunk of ore that was
Okay.
tarnished green but it's obvious that it's a big chunk of silver to you. You know that's what it is,
Okay.
and it's probably
have-
worth. Yeah, it's enough silver that it's probably worth 3 or 4 gold.
You don't have to tell me twice. Why does this look like bedding?
It does appear to be abandoned bedrolls and miners' packs, cooking utensils,
Okay.
shit that's been left behind by the people who were staying here originally. There's a couple of pickaxes and shovels.
Ah.
Okay.
Mm.
Whee!
Mhm.
Which kind of leaves only one place to go.
Yeah.
Derelict mine. Clearly, they were mining silver, but there's very little laying around. You're not seeing a vein. It's likely that they ran dry. There was obviously some blasting being done before they gave up on this mine. There's a lot of detritus, a lot of rubble around. Some bits of silver ore here and there. And it might be worth looking around, which you all chose to do. Great. Next level, I gotta make a copy of Yirin, because I totally forgot I would need him.
You're gonna need this.
Mhm.
Eventually, yes.
Okay.
That help as a bonus, actually. So I can help give you a bit.
Is there a wall happening
Where
where I'm standing?
you're running into Yirin.
We have a line of darkness that I have exactly drawn with my.
Oh, that's interesting. I must have fucked up the dynamic lighting layer. No. There doesn't appear to be anything there.
I think it's just it could be a line that you have drawn, but is almost impossible to see,
I don't know.
or it could be just an artifact.
Oh, I just accidentally moved the whole map. Objects and tokens. Oh,
It
no,
just-
that didn't light anything up. Although it does look a little hinky, doesn't it? Well, it doesn't go anywhere. Please proceed about the cabin.
Yeah.
I see the shadow now. I don't know what's causing that. As you approach the and enter the area you are in now, fog. You have walked down and down and down, and have stepped down into the most humid, sticky, warm, steamy sauna of a cave. The area you are in no longer looks like it was mining, but more exploratory blasting was going on down here. Like the people who built these mines had continued on and were trying to continue mining, and clearly were just mindlessly blasting, trying to find more silver. And it is violently humid in here.
We want to start being sneaky.
So many weird lines going on. I agree with being sneaky.
Yeah, that wouldn't hurt.
Right.
Are the lines so screwed up?
Yeah, it's very odd. Like something's casting a shadow that they can't see through until they enter it.
Yeah.
So, did you happen to draw any of these lines as walls that have a one way?
Don't know.
So I can't see 3.
Right.
I mean, there are areas that you obviously can't see through. There is this huge void in the middle.
Look! Mayday! Mayday! Mayday!
Did we say we were being sneaky?
Yes, I
Sure,
thought
let's have a group stealth roll because somebody did suggest that.
Oh, I
Nice.
get advantage.
Hole heavy.
28.
Oh,
Yeah, it does go. Gonna have him on
10.
this.
18.
Disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
0.
No, it was a. Oh, I rolled 3 twice in a row. So that's a for Dusk
0.
is 3. For Urine, 25.
I'm sorry, Dusk's was what?
A 3.
3.
Clanky boy.
So I have a whole bunch of people up over 20, and then I
Yeah.
have Maiev and Dusk.
Well, that's where group stealth checks.
I don't know if they help
Is-
that much.
Is Ashley West having mic issues?
Put mine in the chat. It was a dirty 20.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just noticed that is this thing on?
No, that was
Yeah, that
when
was in regards
Dusk
to,
was trying
yeah.
to get Rasa to answer a question.
Dusk
and
was
she
like, hey,
being
excuse
pissed.
me, I'm talking at you.
Hmm.
So we see it from Orion.
Yeah, but also I gotta find his
Yeah, but also Dusk is a clanky loud.
perception is +8. So yeah, did anybody do their stealth better than 28?
Mine was a 28.
Okay. Beats it. So you didn't get noticed, but everybody else did. And you hear in Giant, for anyone who speaks Giant, intruders! We have intruders!
Oh, fuck.
Great.
And Dusk
So if
does.
you'd like to use D&D Beyond to roll for initiative,
Oh, fucking
Dusk is
joy.
like, "Here's up."
Straight initiative for you.
Yeah, straight initiative.
And it's
Advantage, yeah.
for Dusk. I'm getting a whole lot of unknown players.
Yeah.
unknown players. Oh no, I may have to do a thing. We may have to start over. I'm sorry. My encounters. Edit. Manage characters. Why doesn't it know D&D Mama's World? D&D Mama's World. There's Urine.
Yay!
I'm gonna start it again. I'm sorry.
So we have to do it again.
Save.
in hearing?
Yeah, we're gonna have to redo the initiative, but I gotta get it running again. Hold on.
Okay.
Run. I'm gonna give him his 6. Oh, it seems to have remembered some shit. It gave Yirin a 14.
Yeah.
It gave Snaps a 19. Maiev a 15. Rasa a 9. Foggy a 17. And Dusk a 20. Does that sound right to everybody?
No.
I
No.
hadn't rolled yet.
Oh, that
Oh,
might be an
Red.
old encounter.
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
that
it's
17 is from
remembering
previous.
something.
It's remembering an old roll.
I don't know how to undo that.
I can look into that myself.
Well, you could just tell me the numbers and I'll type them in if we have to. It's no big deal.
Yeah. Here. Yeah. Oh, joy. Oh, wait! Wait! Clunk over! Yes! 19 is my total.
And it seems to have given you a 19. So if everybody wants to either tell me what they rolled before or roll again now, it's totally up to you.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll leave it up to Rossa here. She was the one clicking.
Do you want to roll again?
No, go ahead. Go for it. Roll again. Wow.
It is updating as you go, so
That's easier than typing it in.
Uh-huh.
and Dusk went from a 20 to a 9. Dusk has advantage though. Did you roll with advantage?
Yeah, we did roll with
That was at
that
advantage.
was with advantage.
Okay.
Even D&D Beyond was like, no.
Doesn't like me. This is a bad
Okay.
day to get in a fight with
I
Fomorian.
am clicking start. And Yiren gets to go first.
That's you.
All right. Yiren says, all right, battle strategy. We need to corner them. We need to use the terrain to our advantage. I suggest getting... Is there only one we saw?
Here.
Do you know how many there are?
Best guess 6.
Then we need to use the terrain to our advantage. Where's the bottlenecks? Do you know these caves? You seem to know these caves more, better than I would have surmised.
Thank the dreams.
Okay, yes, and the dreams. We need to bottleneck them. We need to reduce the odds that they can overwhelm us. And then hit them from both sides. Pincer maneuver.
Do something.
Well, I'm not going to go gallivanting in there because that's exactly where they are. They have the advantage over there. Let's bring them to us. Set and prepare to battle.
So
And
are
he-
you holding your action? What action is he holding?
He's going to because he can't really help at the moment. So, yeah, he's going to he's going to take a short bow out because you can see that far. He's going to
You have to move your shit.
I know. He is going to take his short bow out. And as long as it's a clear shot, he's going to try and take a crack at it.
What's the distance that you're at? 60 feet. You're good.
Yeah.
Looks like a clear shot to me.
All right, he's going to take his thing. He didn't do it. Yeah. Did not take. I forgot about his ring. Whoops.
Did I not get the Eyes of Night situation? I can't remember who all
You
got
did.
it.
I have did.
I can't see shit down here.
What's the low attack? Does a 19 hit?
Yes. Why, yes, it does.
Okay. Damn it.
1d6 plus 4.
1d6. No sneak attack, I assume. 10 piercing damage.
Okay.
And I think he's going to... He can't really do help with this. He's going to just advise stepping back. He's going to step over here. He will cunning action hide.
Okay.
You're going to roll a stealthy stealth?
And to the extent that it matters, it's 22 stealth.
His perception was 28.
Yeah, he rolled a natural 20 and he's plus 8 on his perception.
Well, that was one roll. He might roll a natural one next time.
He might. Yeah.
But he moved.
So, Urin's current stealth for hiding is 18, you said?
That was a
22.
22 was his.
22. Okay. I'll try to remember that. Is he all done?
Yes.
Foggy, what are you going to do?
Oh, joy. Alright, well, I don't currently see any Fomorians, though I gather they're somewhere in this space.
Did Maiev get the 300 feet vision? Who did you give that vision to?
Maiev, Rasa, and Urin.
Okay. Fixing Maiev.
Yes, okay.
So, I'm
So,
gonna
Foggy,
go-
you know some shit's down in that direction. You just watch Urin shoot an arrow down through this tunnel.
This way?
Yeah, that's the direction you saw him shoot an arrow.
Cool. Alright, well, I'm gonna use my bonus action. I'm gonna fucking regret this. I hate this. I hate this. This sucks. I'm going into a rage. Rah, 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 rah. I'm just doing it.
Foggy's eyes glow.
Boots.
So your fingers get itchy.
Yep.
Keep in mind, you would have heard Urin, you got to hold the line here or something because we have a bottleneck here.
Yeah, and then he is going to, you know what? No, yeah, knowing that that's his plan, because it is a very smart plan, I'm not going to rage.
Okay.
I am simply going to step 5. Oh yeah, I can see the edge of the dickhead now. Do I have 60 feet? That doesn't look like 60 feet.
It's
No, it
60
is.
feet.
Okay, cool. It just didn't look like 60 feet to me. And then I am going to do my... Oh, no. Problem.
Noticing the range on something?
Yep.
Mhm,
I can't hit it from here. Well,
Hold your action.
how many darts do I have? I have 9 darts right now. I'll throw 2 darts. They will be at disadvantage. First dart. 15. Dirty 20 to hit.
That hits.
The other one was an 18, so... D4 plus 2... 5 points of piercing damage from a non-magical dart. Tell me if it bounces off, please.
It does not.
Cool. I'm going to throw the second one then. At disadvantage. It's disadvantage because I'm outside of the 20 foot. It's 2060.
Yep.
So I can do math. 16.
That hits.
My God. 6 points of piercing damage.
Okie dokie.
Unarmed strike and flurry of blows are specifically melee attacks. So I can't do that. But if this fucking thing runs in here, I'm going to be upset that I didn't rage.
You could. Oh, it's a bonus action.
Yeah. Hmm. Oh, I'm done. Well, let's not block a pathway. I'm done.
Maiev, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm just gonna I'm gonna put my back to the wall, grab my dragon wing crossbow,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna lean around and I'm gonna fire at him twice because I have 2 attacks per action, and if I don't load ammunition into it, it automatically magically creates its own.
Yep, it's a pretty nifty little toy you got there.
Alrighty. Oh, shit. I think this is the first time I've ever actually used it in battle, so that's fair.
Still getting the hang of it?
Uh-huh, yep. Yeah, that was a natural one.
Okay.
Only because I totally forgot. Would you have allowed me to use Urin's ring before they went into the cave? To give everybody its ability, or however many people?
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah,
Yeah, see, I did
definitely.
too. And I meant to do
Definitely.
it.
Yep,
So,
definitely.
So before we all went in there, he would have been
while
kind of-
you were walking through the first part,
yeah,
before you started stealthing.
Yeah, it took about, I think,
10 minutes.
10 minutes to do this. So he would have been, trying to pump everybody up. So basically, it gives you all a type of inspiration that you can roll an additional d6. And she clicked off of it. No, it's not like that. It's not that. It's not.
It's to help me remember.
Oh, okay. Inspired allies can roll an additional d6 for any skill check, attack roll, saving throw, or initiative roll. Once a creature uses this feature, it cannot be used again until they finish a long rest. So
You each
you
have
get basically
one.
like a type of bardic inspiration of sorts.
Okay.
How many times can this be
Not
used?
gonna waste it on a natural.
One time.
Once.
time. And it's a d6?
It's a d6.
I did it just.
9,
Do you get it as
10,
well?
12.
So the creature returned this ring can also use them to rally allies. This inspiration lasts until they use it for.
All inspired allies can roll. So I'm not sure that's.
Would you extend that effect to Urin or no? Because he's casting it. I don't know.
Read
how
it to me again.
Creature attuned to this ring can also use 10 minutes to rally allies, granting all within 30-foot inspiration. So all. Granting all.
Yeah, let him have it.
Yay. I get to play a rogue.
It was while he was talking to you guys about the whole. I've been following you, and I saw what you did there, in that little community with the trees, and then with the elk and the owl bears, and you guys are skilled. You know what you're doing, and I'm not gonna risk myself to create a fight with you people. That was him inspiring you all. Yep.
You're all quite capable of this. Never have I seen owl bears taken down with such speed and ferocity.
Okay.
Cool.
What's
Anyways.
Maiev doing now?
Anyways,
My second shot does a 16 hit.
Yes, it does.
Wonderful. That's gonna be a D8 plus a D6 plus 1. Alright, so that is 6 points of piercing damage plus 2 points of cold damage.
I think these fuckers would have no problem with cold, but no, they're just as susceptible to cold as anything else.
Cool. And we're sticking back a ways, so I'm not gonna I'm not gonna get angry just yet. I don't think.
So I'm
Although-
clicking next person in line.
No, I'm gonna let myself get angry so that in case this thing charges in, my buddies have the potential to not get hurt.
And you did attack something and successfully hit it, so you're good to go for a whole round.
Yeah. Oh, and if you would have let me do it beforehand, then he would also have my ghosty guys on him.
Okay, I will allow it.
Yeah, that's a double check.
You'll have to remind me what that means when the
Yes.
time comes when it's...
Disadvantage.
Oh, he has disadvantage to attack anybody other than you? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Alrighty, if you're done, we'll move on to snaps. What are you gonna do?
We're gonna keep it sweet and simple, and we're gonna do a bless, and we're gonna do Rasa, Maev, and Foggy. Just a first level bliss.
Oh, and I would have pressed myself back against the wall so that if Rasa was needing to go by, she could do so easier.
And considering what Chuckles McFancy Pants said, I don't want to move from where I am.
Okay. Rasa, what are you gonna do?
So it's going to swing 5, 10, I think. Hold on, let me draw a line.
You have just scrabbled up a 5-foot high ledge,
Sure. Okay.
so it was 15 feet of movement.
Not a problem. Yeah, there's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm moving anyways. And we're going to use my circlet of blasting. And I'm going to do 3 rays of fire. So that way I don't have to worry about distance.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
She's reminding you you're blessed.
Oh, good thing. Hold on. 14?
That hits.
Blessedly. Big things easier to hit. Oh!
That would be 7 points of fire damage and hit 1.
Okay.
That's 20 something to hit
Mm-hmm.
for an additional 4 points of fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
And the last is 8, 9, 10, like 16, which should hit
Mm-hmm.
for 9 points of fire damage.
Okie dokie. Why didn't that do it?
And then I'll go back up to about there just to be extra safe. And that'd be all.
No. Sorry, I was having a little quickie problem on my end. Dusk, what are you gonna do?
All right. First thing he's going to do is put up the Twilight Sanctuary. And he's going to just say to you, don't worry about this. This is just going to give you a little extra something. We got all sorts of things coming our way.
D6 plus 7.
D6 plus 7. As soon as I
It
find...
is a 30-foot radius.
Correct. Dim light.
Did I make it so everybody could see it?
And you
Yep.
also
Well, we
mark-
can see it.
Yeah, we can see it on our side.
Speaking of
What did you-
applying auras to characters, sorry. Thank you. Beat me to it. That's what I was going to bring up.
All right. And as let's see, how high is the ceiling in this area?
In the area you are currently standing, it's no more than 6 feet above your head.
Okay, so it's basically like scraping his top of his head.
6 feet past the top of your head, I believe is what she just said.
Okay, so he's not gonna do that. He's gonna look. He's gonna look around for. Is there any areas where like the ceiling looks really haggard or rough, like it might collapse?
Over where the dude is, if you get over there to get a good look where the dude is, everything is a little more abused down there than it is where you currently are.
You would take a gander, look around, and before you would step back over here.
And you're climbing up a 5-foot ledge.
I
I was told that's what I did. So
okay.
keep
I'd
it.
probably step behind Maiev and just kind of contemplate out loud. It's like, well, we can make this place go down if we play our cards right with those sticks you got. We all have now. Just saying. Bring the house down on them,
There might be people down there.
You're right.
Not until we're sure the people aren't there with them already.
Yeah. Got it. All right. Ending turn. Doing my Twilight Sanctuary. D6 plus 7. Oh, yeah. Max, baby.
Welp. That happened.
13.
This huge, giant, huge giant takes one step over here, one step up here, and slams into the wall. And I think he is pissed because he's been burnt and poked and shit's gone down and he's not happy about it. And we're going to measure.
All right. You gotta don't let them see you. They're fucked up eyes.
Can't see him. She's too far away. He can't reach any of you, and so he is going to spend his turn smashing into this rock. Not very effectively. Nothing breaks off. He's sort of stuck down here. He can't do anything. And so you see him swinging his great club and bashing it into the wall to try and make the tunnel wide enough that he could get in. And he's glaring in your direction, like staring down Maiev, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything. And he's cussing in giant and trying to break the wall, and it's not working.
Jessica's like, ooh, do they kiss their mother?
Your turn.
Oh, right. And he's just going to kind of, they can't get any closer. That's Dusk voice. Whoa. They can't get any closer than the opening. Take advantage of it while we can before they bust through. Are we safe in this little alcove? It seems like there's narrow passages in and out.
It seemed that way.
Oh, and don't let them see you too closely. You might have been lucky, Miss Maiev.
For the record, we have been reading the book, and we know what happened when Maiev drew their gaze. Just to remind everybody.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He's going to pop out, and he's going to do another short bow.
Yep.
And 18.
Yes.
That
6
hits.
8 piercing damage. He's going to step back, and he's going to hide again. Cunning action.
Is he he's rogue, right?
He is rogue.
Oh, but he came out of hiding to shoot.
Right. He couldn't shoot from where he was. So he's gonna see what Rasa did, and he's like, "That's an excellent idea, Lady Rasa." He's going to kind of like back up and kind of jump up here, and kind of it's too far away though, is it? What's it? 60 feet?
80-foot range.
80 feet. He's gonna judge.
You've got fine.
Yeah. He's like, "All right." It's like if I back up here, so I'm not in your way, maybe, or am I in your way now?
Don't matter. I have to get closer from now on.
He's gonna try and hide up kind of on the ledge so that he can kind of snipe from here.
Cool.
And he rolled a 16.
16. Cool.
What was your thingy-majiggy here?
Oh yeah, and I gotta do that. He's like, okay. Only 8. For his Twilight Sanctuary. And yeah, until they get closer, you can't do anything else. Just continue steady lads. And
Taking pop shots. Foggy,
Here's
what are
no.
you going to do?
Alright, here we go.
Yeah, but
Oh, Dickhead still can't get through, huh?
No, he did not break any wall. He could not get past that area.
I'm throwing 2 more darts. 17 plus 5 is math. 22.
Enough. Yep.
5 points of piercing damage for the first.
Okay.
Uh, 14 to hit.
Yep.
Oh. Thank God.
His
5
big
points of
target
piercing damage.
occupies the entire opening, so,
Yeah.
you know. Okay.
Alrighty. Just confirm that that was still... Yeah, that was still... bad range. Sorry. Okay.
Step him out of the way again.
Yep. I don't want to activate Rage and then throw projectiles, because he's not close enough for that yet.
To, Twilight Sanctuary.
D6 plus 7.
Maiev. D6 plus 7, is that correct?
+7, yep.
Maiev, what are you going to do?
I am raging so that if he gets close, my buddies are protected. So I can't do any more spells.
Not what I wanted to do.
I don't know what the range is on your smaller throwing axes.
2060. My crossbow's better. The
Okay,
crossbow's got 120.
there you go. Pew pew.
Pew, pew. Give me the... Alright. Peeking out. Pew, pew. That was terrible. One of them I don't think hits with a 9.
Nope.
Still working out the things there. And then a 14.
14 hits.
Wait, was the 9 with plus?
Oh, that's right, bless.
I don't know if it makes a difference, but
9.
Yeah, doesn't Bless give you a maximum of 4 extra? That would still only be a 13. It would not hit.
oh, okay.
Excuse me.
But for shits and gigs, it's a 15 on the other one that does hit.
Yeah.
That hits.
And we're going to remember which dice I need. A d6 and a d8. And they're not immune to cold, so I'm just going to give you the total number.
Perfect.
Nice. 14 points total.
Woohoo!
Got an 8 on my D8 and a 5 on my D6.
Alrighty, you all done?
First one missed. So yeah.
Hey, Snaps, what are you gonna do?
Don't forget Twilight Sanctuary.
Oh yeah, Maev.
Go 5, 10. Oh, this is the first time I've laid eyes on these ugly mugs outside of the dream. And a 50 foot. I need to be closer. No, I don't need to be closer.
You may need to move one more over though, because the
So I can
wall, the wall sticks out to here.
see him. Dee. Whoop. And then I am going to hope he's not very dexterous. And chuck a little sacred flame at him.
So he's doing a saving throw.
Yes, dexterity saving throw.
Skills. That would be a 12.
Fails.
He be failing it.
And that is... I am 5th level, so that's 2d8s. Of radiant damage. And I just threw that across the room. Oh, Jesus. And it is 6 radiant damage.
Okay.
But I've moved 15 feet. And knowing that Rasa, who has range, is coming up. Where do I have to be? Jesus, I have to be 30 feet. If I could go there. He's still further away than I want him to be. Okay. So I can't quite get back to where I was, but I'm going to, I've done 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm engaging kitty paws to double my movement.
Okay.
35. And that puts me within, am I within 30 feet of like the edge of him?
Yep.
I'm going to say in giant, because I speak that language, because I'm from the mountains and that's why I wanted to learn it. I'm going to curse him with a path to the grave and say, the veiled one will see you now.
And what do he do?
The next person who hits him, he is vulnerable to all of that damage. And then the curse ends.
Okay.
And then I'm going to flee back. And I can't quite get back where I was, but I can get there.
Okay.
And take my D6 of health, which is a 4, and that is my turn.
Rasa, what are you going to do?
We're going to move. We're going to
Don't forget your Twilight Sanctuary snaps.
10,
Snaps
15,
would have winked at
20,
Rasa on the way back.
25, 30. I think that's how close I have to get. Yes. We are going to do our first Psychic Blade. 18 plus a bunch of stuffs.
Oh, yeah.
6 points of psychic damage.
He's vulnerable to that.
Vulnerable to it, so 12.
12.
Okay.
Psychic Blade once again.
And it's the first strike from her or any attacks from the player after you?
It don't gonna matter because that next one was a natural 1.
Okay.
So hold on. I did 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Moves me there. So that'll at least give other people movement and crap. Followed by a swingy of my 2. Oh boy. A whole 9 temporary hit points. And now I am done.
Alrighty, Dusk, what are you going to do?
All right. Dusk is going to let's see how straight or that's pretty straight. He's gonna take a kind of a step back up here. He's gonna crawl up under this, kind of crouch up under this, I guess, because it's a 5-foot ledge or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna hold guided bolt until right before Ross's turn. So before Rasa attacks, he's going to hold his guided bolt,
Okay.
assuming he has a valid target, you know. I don't think he's gonna do anything else. He's gonna just pray to the Moon Maiden, just like, I know you can't see us right now, but cheese and crackers, here we go. Actually, no, let's wait for that. Yeah, he's just gonna hang out and wait for Catapult here. And that Catapult will be cast at a 3rd level when the time comes. Just FYI. Assuming valid target. Alrighty, that's it.
Cool.
And I already am at max temp HP, so woohoo!
Alrighty, he has successfully broken out this bit of the wall.
Shite.
5. Remember what his speed is. And 15, 20, 25, 30. Fit through all those spaces, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And the measuring thing is 60 feet. He can barely see you. He can barely see you. Can he see Dusk?
Probably.
Yeah, he can see Dusk. There's nothing in his way.
No.
Dusk is gonna do a charisma saving throw, please.
Charisma. +5, okay. Not terrible. 7. He's gonna use his dice to add hopefully a d6 here.
Mm-hmm.
What did I say? 7? 11.
Mm. Dusk takes. I better use the D&D Beyond. I don't have that many D8s in my possession at the moment.
Oh,
I
God.
don't like that sentence.
Spirit Guardians. Reduce that by 12. Whatever he's about to take, it's been reduced by my ghosty guys by 12.
That would be 40 minus 12 psychic damage.
28.
28? It's a splash wound.
For the record, that
And
was the max reduction I could possibly do.
that's a fabulous reduction you did there. On a failed save, the creature is also cursed with magical deformities.
Great.
While deformed, so he's glaring at Dusk, and apparently Dusk is unable to look back. It is just so distressing. He can't avert his gaze, apparently. And so his head starts to swell up, but just on the left side. A bit bulgy. And one of his eyes is bulging a little unnecessarily out of the socket.
I'm all right. I'm all right.
And your right leg is shriveling to about 6 inches shorter than the left,
Oh no.
causing you to have a slower gait. You can only travel at half your normal speed. And you have disadvantage on ability checks, saving throws, and any attacks based on strength or dexterity.
Boy.
Do you need to write that down?
So your speed is halved. You have disadvantage on ability checks and saving throws. And any attacks based on strength or dexterity are disadvantage.
All right.
Got all that?
Yep.
And
No.
Dusk looks fucked up. And that is his turn.
Right.
Aaron, what are you gonna do?
Your turn, Yuri.
Urine is first you gotta measure out some things. Beautiful. All right. He's going to he's still hidden technically, right?
Yeah, our perception sucked rocks. So yes,
Okay.
he does not see Yeren.
All right, he's gonna take the bow attack. Unseen enemy means he would have unseen would mean he has advantage. Yes.
Sneak attack applies if you are successfully hiding. Yes.
Right. Well,
And you should have advantage for the hit, right?
yes. If he can't see me, I would have advantage.
Yep.
Okay.
All the roguish shit applies.
All right.
I gave you 4 dice.
Yes. All right. So that was an 18.
Yep.
This is just the sneak attack.
This is just sneak attack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is so I'm not used to this power. Holy shit. Okay. Okay.
Hopefully your dice are nicer than
1,
mine.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18. 19 plus 4 is 23 sneak attack damage. Piercing.
Ooh.
And
Yeah,
he's going
This
to,
big old monster like stumbles down onto one knee on the ledge he's standing on.
and he's going to he's going to like bend over to Maiev. He's like, I think he's favoring his left side. He's using his bonus action to help Maiev. Maiev, you have advantage on your next attack.
Dope.
He's a special rogue. It's like he's favoring his left side. Go for it. And that will be his turn.
I am having charging cord problems. Forgive me. Okay. Foggy, what are you going to do?
Cry.
Well, you could look back over your shoulder and see that Dusk looks really, really fucked up.
He's going to
And
move
I
back.
think I think the hair on that bulging side of his head is starting to fall out.
I'm gonna roll a thing. I shouldn't. I should just play smart. This is a dangerous fight. I shouldn't let roleplay decisions affect my gameplay, but here we go! I actually rolled pretty well. Okay. Fuck me, this thing is ridiculously large. It's close enough now. I'm gonna throw Radiant Sunbolts at it now.
Okay.
Natural fucking 20
Whoop, whoop.
on the first.
We like that.
That's 2d6 plus 2. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points of radiant damage on the first.
Okie dokie.
Second one. 15 to hit.
Yes, and it drops to both knees. It's down on both knees.
8 points of radiant damage.
And it fucking keels over.
It's dead.
It's dead.
Oh!
He was calling for friends, so don't let your guard down.
Okay. My voice is not a fan of sitting at that lower register,
Mm-hmm.
apparently. Okay. I don't see any other motherfuckers.
You do not currently see any other motherfuckers.
It did call for
Rossi's going to take a quick minute.
Are we still on initiative?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Cool.
Not at the moment.
Looks like he lost
And
it.
Snaps is going to scramble up this half wall.
Yeah.
That's the way we came.
And
I'm just trying to see, but I lost my vision, so I'm gonna bring him along because he has it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Your vision
It's okay.
disappeared?
Yeah.
It's even there.
I'm sorry. I totally forgot to make that happen on all the layers.
That's okay. Just trying to get an idea of what we can see before we start
Snaps.
going anywhere else.
Snaps is going to remove curse on Dusk.
Thank you, Snaps.
Which means you're also not going to have the dream anymore.
There you go.
Lev's just gonna look up and Dusk, you don't have a Kurok we have to go find now, do you?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't think so. I can still sense the Moon Maiden. I think I'm good.
Okay.
Violet lost.
Twilight Sanctuary? It lasts a minute, so
It's gonna be gone before.
basically everyone roll like another I don't know, another 4 times maybe? I don't know.
See if you can get the max in
If you get
4 or 5
Yeah.
attempts.
Yeah, I got it.
Yep, you're
On the
got
way.
I got it.
was it? Yeah, oh that was Dusk actually. You're in again.
Max 13, right?
Yep, 13. 13 would be max.
I like that I
Ross,
got it with my gay dice.
Yeah.
Rasa went and explored down here.
Yeah.
So when you passed through this area, the fog got really thick. The steam was really thick.
Okay.
You could feel the heat coming off the water. When you
Mhm.
got down here, it was really, really steamy, and this water is bubbly.
Oh
Blub,
boy.
blub, blub, blub.
Okay. And then I saw the pass through to the other
Mhm.
side of the cavern there, so that's fun. Nothing else to find though that I can see. I'm not sure I want to just wait here for its
friends. But I don't know what's best to do.
Do we want to leave its body there, or do we want to try to drag its body this way and either hide it or dump it in the boiling water?
I don't think we're going to be able to get it through without, dismantling or dismembering all of the hallways and whatnot that lead to the bubbly water are pretty narrow. And he a big baddie. So we might just need to leave him there. I'm going to do a quick search on him, though, I guess. Hopefully nothing can happen post-mortem.
Sure.
Snap is going to watch down the hallway. Well, she does that.
He has a nasty ass great club with spiky thingies sticking off of it. And he seems to have the skull of a humanoid with a leather strap through the eye sockets dangling from his hip.
Oh boy.
Gross.
That doesn't sound cursed at all.
And do we hear anything? Because I would assume something this big does not move all that quietly.
Let me check a map.
If we have an opportunity, Dusk might take a short rest if we're going to stop and think about this. It depends on how long we're sitting down.
Please hold.
I would say that was only 2 rounds. Yeah, you might hear some sounds coming from the large opening behind the, from, that general direction. You might be hearing some booming, foot pounding, thump, thump, thump. Something's coming.
Okay, I'm not reading them as I go through my list. That's a really dumb move.
Does Dusk have
Oh, I have a single.
a minute to do something?
Yeah, I can make that work.
Dusk is going to take one of his chisels or something, one of his wood carving tools. He's gonna walk over to the body of the Fomorian, and he's going to basically shove it deep into the body of the Fomorian to get some blood on it. And he's going to start writing a note on the floor in giant.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to say, "Leave." And then he's going to clean off the chisel on the Fomorian's body and just kind of go.
Are we leaving this area or are we...
We're going toward the scary sounds.
Running towards danger.
Are
The
we
closer we are
being,
to danger, the farther we are from harm.
are we being the dumb white girl in the horror movie?
Well, we can either, Euron would be like, well, we can either wait for them to approach us here and ambush them, or which, given how significantly they messed up your large friend here, not advisable. You said there were how many again?
We think there's 6.
So
There could be more.
5 of those minimum
coming our way. Maybe less if they're going to leave some guarding any prisoners that you claim they have, which I'm inclined to believe.
I'm going to time something out while we talk.
But we might stand a chance of trapping them in here or something if we play our cards right. This chain, they're going to inevitably come in here with this dead body. We could maybe find a way to put some of the dynamite sticks in here. They're going to investigate the body, and maybe we can bring the ceiling down on them.
You can almost make it in one turn.
What say you? Can any of you do anything with stone?
Foggy? Gregory, have you fallen asleep?
No, sorry.
Dusk was asking if any of you can do anything with stone.
Kieran was asking.
Kieran was asking.
He's like, any of you have any particular skills with manipulating stone?
A little bit here and there. I can.
Would you be able to lodge these dynamite sticks into the ceiling? And since you seem to be possibly able to launch flame, maybe perhaps you could be part of the plan to set them off. But if we put them in the ceiling in strategic places, we might be able to bring down the ceiling. We lure them into this chamber. And, well, when the timing is right.
They're not all going to fit.
No, but they're probably going to want revenge. And if they think they can chase us through here, they will.
My only question for you is, we bring down the ceiling. How can you be sure that we'll be able to get through to possibly check on people who might be currently trapped down there with them?
Are there more than one way into the mines, deeper in the mines?
It's been hard to say.
Well, if we can lure them into
this was their exit.
Lure them into a parallel chamber where the cave-in wouldn't cause as much blockage. Is there possibly a way? Is there another room? Have you noticed any other alcoves or anything where we might be able to escape safely and set off a trap?
There's lots of little alcoves all over. It's hard to tell exactly where they are compared to where we are at this particular moment.
Right.
Wasn't exactly the most, direct path in the dream. Or actually, it was exactly the direct path. We went straight through the walls and floors.
Right. Well, they're coming, so if we're going to do something, we got to do it soon. If we can, in this chamber here with the dead body, we can put some dynamite in the ceiling and find a way to light it off. Or we can do what we just did. Dusk is, do we remember what's beyond this chamber ahead of us?
Well, we still have their little sleeping area that we have to go through.
Right.
The 6 mound area before the getting to the big cavern.
Right. So there's not much between there and here. So,
Player honestly can't remember if there was another area before that or not.
The 6 mounds and the river are the next level down. Snaps would remember.
well, what say you all?
Before we forge ahead, it is 1 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
Woo!
Yeah.
Good point.
All right.
Here we go. TBD.
TBD.
Or TBC.
concluded.
To leave it till next time.
TBK.
Lord Almighty. All right, I'm going to stop the recording at this point.
Right.
All right.
Good night, YouTube.
Good night.